all stacked on an everything bun. And we're not stopping there. We're also introducing something totally new. Concrete mixers and lemon ice coolers made with fruity Skittles Popped. This limited time Skittles Popped mix-in can be blended into our creamy, fresh frozen custard or slow frozen lemonade for a colorful crunch that makes every moment a little sweeter. So how soon can you get here? Because these bold bites won't be around forever. And trust us, you don't want to miss them. From Wisconsin with love,
welcome to Delicious.
Mom packed your lunches, carpooled like a champ, and never once left you at soccer practice. Pay her back with her favorite cocktails on demand. The Bartesian Cocktail Maker crafts premium cocktails with the touch of a button. No mixing, no measuring, just bar-quality bliss in under 30 seconds. From a passion fruit margarita to an espresso martini and everything in between, she can have whatever she's in the mood for. Forget the guesswork. Bartesian uses real ingredients, no mystery syrups or artificial flavoring, just fresh juices, extracts, and premium bitters. She can even customize the strength level, from a mocktail to a strong cocktail. And the best part, zero cleanup. This year, skip the flowers, skip the robe. Give her something she actually wants, a cocktail her way, whenever she wants it. That's the one. Get $50 off now through Mother's Day at bartesian.com/mom. That's BARTESIAN.com/mom.
Kevin, why is my auto insurance so expensive? I need to switch because my company raised my rates again.
I hear you, Jay. I had the same problem, but then I called Acceptance. They saved me hundreds on my car insurance.
Really?
Yes, Acceptance was great. They did all the work comparing different plans and found me the best payment options that fit my budget.
Do you have their number?
Sure do. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049.
Why pay more for auto insurance? Acceptance Insurance has offices in your neighborhood, and one call to Acceptance could save you up to 30% on your car insurance. 800-606-7049. Let Acceptance shop for you by comparing and finding the best rates. You could save up to 30%. 800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of Acceptance Insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
The accident wasn't your fault. You shouldn't have to pay those bills. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. I'll fight to make sure those responsible pay for your medical bills. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com.
Hey, Russ Rollins here. Do me a favor. Join the Monsters along with Savannah, the Queen of Gators. We'll be broadcasting our show live from Gatorland, and that's Friday the 16th. We're also going to be celebrating Gatorpalooza Fun Fest on May the 17th and 18th. It's Gatorpalooza. They're going to feature music, DJs, food, vendors, artisans. They're going to have games, giveaways, and it's the 5th annual Gatorland Florida Man Challenge on Saturday. Best of all, this extra fun is included in your regular admission, and Florida residents save half off. It's Gatorland's way to give back to the community.
Real Radio 104.1.
Do you hear that? That's the sound of over 40 Greenway dealerships vying for your car when you trade it in at Greenway Kia. When dealerships compete, you win. We're offering as much as $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book for your trade. Curious what your trade's worth? Check it out now at greenwaykias.com. We want to see you in a Kia. From Greenway Kia, with 3 area locations to serve you.
All factory rebates to dealer, negative equity refinanced.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
Divorce changes your life and your children's lives. Whether that change is good or bad depends to a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. From car accidents to personal injury cases, Mo has you covered. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeartRadio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free, new and improved iHeartRadio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Cash. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Monday, May 5th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from Trump to reopen Alcatraz to the insane story about the Lady Gaga concert threats. And here we go. The Diddy trial starts today. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Sabrina is off. Hello, C-Lane.
Hola.
Hello, Josh.
Buenos dias.
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Monday?
Good, Ian. Yeah, good.
I'm glad Josh survived through the weekend. What with the Grand Theft Auto that was playing out near your house. And the last I heard, Josh goes, there's like 20 cops down the end of my street. And I went, what's happening over there? What's going on?
Pretty crazy times.
Without doxing you, maybe we could talk to Amy Caulfield about that when she joins us a little bit later on today. We'll see if she's been discussing that. But I hope everyone had a good weekend. Did it go well for all of you other than that?
It did, yeah. No, it was a fun weekend.
Good. You spent some time with Jackson yesterday,
C-Lane? I did, yeah. It was just me and the boy. We had some chill time.
How do you like that? Do you get bored, or do you like it?
No, we watched a little Star Wars because it was on TV, and then I had to do this move because he knows, like, he hears the Disney Plus sound when it turns on when I hit the app.
How genius, man!
Yeah. It's the branding is totally there. Like, he knows when he hears that ping, boom, boom, whatever. So it's sort of like the Netflix sound. But he knows that means Mickey Mouse is coming on. But I was trying to turn on the Star Wars because I had it on regular TV and there was commercials. I was like, I had to let him leave the room and mute the television just to turn on Disney Plus so he doesn't hear the sound and think Mickey Mouse is coming on.
It's like a drug,
then
man.
He gets pissed because if he hears the sound and then something else turns on,
it's like a little kid fentanyl. They're just doping him up, and then they hear the sound. Whoa, ready to go.
Ashley blew my mind this weekend because she started putting on Sesame Street. She goes, "You know why I put on Sesame Street? Because the auto plays the next episode." And I was like, "Oh yeah, Disney doesn't do that."
Yeah, you got to keep the kid in check.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep serving that right down the pipeline. Here you go.
The digital drugs.
I'll tell you, speaking of drugs, the Sunday has turned into like a...
You did drugs this weekend?
No, well, Sunday's turned into a no-drinks night, and I swear, this is like the lowest form of drugs, but the THC drinks are becoming our Sunday thing.
They're good, man.
They're so good. Nowadays or something, I think is the name of the one that we've been trying, and it's so chill.
It's also the expensive one.
Well, I'm only drinking one half of one can to one can.
True.
Courtney is lapping me. I mean, and she hasn't dialed it in, guys. All right, just so you know, she hasn't dialed it in.
Still going, huh?
Last night the movie ended, and Courtney was in the kitchen, and I said, "Hey, what time is it? Do we need to lay down yet?" And she said, "It's 10:10." I said, "Did you say 10:10?"
All right, Snoop.
She's high as a kite over there. I was like, 10:10. Something that ain't right. I know I'm half an hour a day in, but I don't think you got that thing right. But they're fun. They're a good time, and we're trying to get a good balance. They take the drinking down a little bit, get some more healthy habits going. THC doesn't seem nearly as bad. I'm sorry.
I did a couple. I don't think it's as bad. I think it's good to switch it up. I did a couple nights last week where it was going to be no drink night, just THC, and then I was like, I'll have like one. Regular, one alcohol, and then one THC. One alcohol, please. I will take exactly one alcohol, and then switch over to the nowadays, or I get the Cheech and Chongs.
Yeah, they're just as good.
I have to like mix them because there's not a lot of flavor. But
what a time to be alive, though. What a time to be alive, folks.
Yeah, if you would have told high school us that you could just go to the liquor store and buy weed soda.
I would still think it was illegal when I was going to the building, if that was the case.
You still do that
ears
now.
To the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Corporal Don Graves of the U.S. military. He served in Iwo Jima. And that means, for those of you Zoomers out there, he's pretty old. That was a long time ago. And he was a survivor. And he is now 100 years old. And he celebrated his 100th birthday, this veteran and survivor, by singing the national anthem at the NASCAR race. Oh. They brought him out there. He's got his United States Marine Corps logo and shirt on, which I recognize being a fellow Marine.
Right, of course. Yeah.
I see those from a mile away. Father was a Marine, so therefore I'm dragged along with him.
That's not how it works.
It's like when you see a semi and it's got the first half of the semi and then there's another box connected to the back. I'm the second box of the Marines. So I feel you, Semper Fi. Corporal Don Graves, let's listen in.
Oh, say, can you see?
It's 100.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming.
It's not doing so bad.
Yeah, and we have to factor in the fact that he's 100. So there's like a curve here. Whether there's a grade on a curve. You do that in your life whether you realize it or not. Like if it's karaoke night at the bar and some 100-year-old like rolls slowly up to the stage and they go, Bohemian Rhapsody, please. And then they start belting it out. Even if it's like not that great, it's still good. Mm-hmm. It's still better than it was supposed to be.
The real life.
If they get through it, you're like, damn, he got the Galileo part on flex, man. This is really, really impressive stuff. So he's singing.
Whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we walked, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glow, the blazing area gave proof of the night that our flag was.
All right, buddy. Okay, Old Man River, you got this, buddy. I feel for you. We love you. We support you. Bring it home.
There, oh, say does the Star-Spangled Banner yet wave?
Like Mariah.
O'er the land of the free.
All right. You might have slipped a little on the free.
That's okay.
The land of the free.
And the home of the
They barely showed the guy.
Yeah.
There we go. Now back to the guy now.
Congratulations, mister.
Well
Congrats.
done.
Wow. They said you couldn't do it. Literally, they said that you're 100 years old, sir. Go take a nap somewhere. This guy's rocking it, though.
Mm-hmm.
That's so impressive to be 100 and be able to do that.
Still got a really solid tremolo in the voice there.
Mm-hmm. Do you think a guy like this could perform in the bedroom? Do you think at 100 years old,
yes.
Don Graves?
He doesn't have to yell as loud, but he could sing that song again.
No, not singing in the bedroom. I'm talking about just laying marine pipe on Miss Graves, unless she's in the grave.
He lifted that flag at Iwo Jima, and now he lifts it at Iwo Jima.
I mean, 100 years old. If he could sing the national anthem, we got a lot of fat, lazy Americans that, number one, don't know the lyrics. Number two, don't have the lungs to get through it. And number three, wouldn't be patriotic like Mr. Don Graves. So I salute you, sir. Thank you for your service and all the rest. So there he goes, off into the oblivion. Thank you, Don Graves. So unfortunate last name for a 100-year-old man, but here we are. Okay, we've got President Trump. He was tweeting and truthing and tweeting. He's getting both out there, firing off these messages over the weekend. And the latest message is, hey, We're going to rebuild and open Alcatraz. Hell yeah, brother. I mean, yes, it's been sitting for, 60, almost 70 years. It's been sitting, not doing anything, but we're going to crank that sucker back up. I don't know why reopen Alcatraz. Is it because, do you think younger people know what Alcatraz is?
They've heard of it, we kind of wanted to go when we were in San Francisco. It was on the list of options, but I think to get the ferry out there and do, I think that is a day killer to go to Alcatraz. It takes a long damn time.
It takes a long time, and I'm thoroughly upset, and I'm sure Trump will be too when he figures out that it's basically just like a set now. I mean, they knocked down a lot of the stuff, and then they rebuilt like a fake cells that are cleaner and you could put on display. Which when I went and saw Alcatraz, I was like, this is lame. I want to look at the bed and be like, some criminal was sleeping in that bed right there. I want to look at the toilet and go, somebody used that. They were in here. I want those things. But they redid the stuff to kind of set it up for tourists because that's what it is now. And he says, America has been plagued by vicious, violent, and repeat criminal offenders. Ain't that the truth, buddy? The dregs of society who will never contribute anything other than misery and suffering. When we were a more serious nation,
why did he capitalize misery and suffering?
He does that sometimes when he's really trying to drive the point home. We wouldn't hesitate to lock up the most dangerous criminals and keep them far away from anyone they could harm. Well, I mean, Alcatraz, Trump, is not super far away from San Francisco. Just in case you know, you could see San Francisco from where Alcatraz is.
Do you know how Cubans get here, Donald?
It's further than that. The Alcatraz trip is not all that long, and I would tell you maybe overrated. If you're ever going to San Francisco, maybe overrated. Just spend your time at Fisherman's Wharf. Get some good food in there. Go to those places right across the bay there from Alcatraz. But Trump wants to fire it back up, get it ready to go. Folks, what do you think? Do we need another Alcatraz? I would have thought instead of this, it's going to be so much money to fix Alcatraz, and Alcatraz is not that big. It doesn't hold a ton of people. Can we see how many people are fit in Alcatraz? Can we look that up?
Let's see.
It's got to be available. I don't think it's enough people.
At least
he should be like, we're building the Trump Supermax Mega Prison HD Deluxe 4K, and then build some crazy thing with moats and alligators and stuff to really drive the point home. Instead of this, it just doesn't look like it's going to do the job. Too many criminals out there. What are we looking at for total occupancy of Alcatraz?
Let's see. Oh, gosh. It's piss poor.
Really? What's it doing?
Alcatraz's maximum capacity, according to the search I just did, was 336 prisoners.
Oh, that's tiny. That's not even one for every day of the year.
But
what the hell?
It never reached that number. The average population was around 260 to 275, and the prison held roughly 1,576 prisoners from 1934 to 1963.
In total, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, make a new one. Or maybe he's just going to down the entire thing and then build a huge one in its place. I don't know if this is the best idea, honest to God. I don't know. Let's see what more details coming here from CBS in Chicago. Let's see what they say about Alcatraz 2.0.
New at 10, President Donald Trump says he will reopen and expand Alcatraz prison. The notorious former prison is on a hard-to-reach island that's been closed for more than 60 years. In a post to his Truth Social site tonight, Trump said he directed the Bureau of Prisons to reopen a rebuilt Alcatraz to house violent offenders. The federal prison closed in 1963 because of crumbling infrastructure and the high cost of supplying the island with everything from fuel to food because it all had to be shipped by boat.
I wonder if this is going to be Gitmo, too. Why not move them to Gitmo? Unless we're moving away from Gitmo. So why do both here?
To put it in perspective, Folsom Prison holds about 6 times as many prisoners as Alcatraz.
Now we're
maximum
talking.
capacity.
Is that's not even the biggest one, is it?
I don't think so. I just named I tried to think of prison names, and I said, what's the Johnny Cash prison?
Or we can just keep sending them to El Salvador. They got those big stack-em-up prisons.
Sure.
From what I can tell. They all wearing the same outfits, all just squished in there. Those are the places to go. Anybody watch the Kentucky Derby this weekend?
We did. I did.
No. You did?
Yeah.
Did you bet on them at all?
No, because I still don't have my bet app working. I need to get on that.
What a loser. Dadding is
Did
really
you bet
just...
on it?
Rocking Your World. No, didn't bet on it.
All right, loser.
Didn't watch it. I'm even more of a loser than you were here. Journalism loses again, this time to Sovereignty, the horse that made the rounds here at the Kentucky Derby. Looks like it was a muddy mess.
Journalism is on the move as they turn.
Here they go!
Is coming with him on the outside. The two of them go right by with a furlong to run.
What a mess, man. It's just a big, giant, muddy field these guys are running around in.
And Sovereignty, nose to nose, down to the last 16th of a mile.
It's close.
He has taken the lead. Journalism is second toward the inside. Ace is third.
There we go!
Sovereignty to rule the Kentucky Derby.
Oh, I love when they shout all this stuff out, man.
It was a muddy race.
I know. That's what they do sometimes. It gets a little muddy out there. They pretend like this is all important stuff.
And now
something is happening out there.
They win the huge prize of $3.1 million. Doesn't seem like a lot, even though they'll probably get many, many times that for the sperm.
That's where it's at, right?
The Sovereignty seed.
Mm-hmm. And I'm no scientist, but I feel like from one go, you could probably get lots of little horses, right? Like, I mean, doesn't a horse just like, isn't it like a stream of just?
I've never watched.
Can you tell what question I'm trying to ask you here without me?
I can. Probably similar to that guy from Iwo Jima.
Is it like
Grave
just
digging.
a fire hose coming out of that thing? All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back,
now I know who's going to text me. Like just immediately, I know who's got the experience, who can help settle this debate.
We need a horse expert. All right, what kind of gallonage are we talking about here? We talk about a 2-liter bottle. We talking about a gallon. Is this more of an Arizona iced tea can situation?
Ask
Do
Mr.
tell.
Hands.
What did that guy survive? We don't need to get down that track.
I don't think
when
he
we
does.
come back, we'll talk about what happened at the box office this weekend. We'll talk about what happened with a massive concert, one of the biggest of all time, and all hell was about to break loose there. What went down? Wait till you hear this. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Traffic slowing down due to an accident on I-95 southbound before I-4 there. Northbound lanes are being affected as well. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. There's slowdowns on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. You won't be expecting any problems on Florida's Turnpike or the Greenway, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200.
Skull Mike Squad. RMC. Crime Now. Double time. How are we on a Monday? How was your weekend, everybody? Hello, hello, hello. How was your weekend? Alcatraz yes or Alcatraz no? Alcatraz yes or Alcatraz no? I just think it's too small. What are you going to do? Unless you only put like the worst of the worst in that thing. And you only like exclusively keep it for the worst of the worst as a deterrent. But that would be so expensive for so few people. Seems like something Doge would come in and cut, kind of. You know what I mean? Like that seems like a waste. Let's retrofit something old. More prisons solve zero issues? Maybe, I don't know. More prisoners doesn't. I'll tell you what doesn't. Less prisoners doesn't solve any issues. Modifying the numbers by not prosecuting doesn't solve any issues. That's for sure. Whoa, Jeff says, I've done the swim from there in a triathlon. You swam from Alcatraz? That's cool, man. I don't think I could ever do that. Not even just like the waves and currents and all of that stuff. I just don't even think I could make it anywhere near that far. Again, not that it's far. It's not super far from land, but it's way too far for me to swim. That's crazy. Good for you. Hello? You need me to mute my microphone?
I know.
Oh. Everything okay? Whoa, why do you got a big one?
It's Josh's. He left it.
Josh left that and you stole it?
Oh, I don't have any more.
Don't drink the whole thing.
I already had one.
You already had one? No, stop it.
No, I had a regular one, not a big one.
You don't need to have two Celsius.
The whole thing, Sean.
That's too much. It's not good for you. Stop with the Celsius. Everything go okay? Okay. What do you want from me?
Nothing.
This is my work studio, and when I'm in here, I'm working. I'd appreciate if you knew that and respected that. You laughing at the fact that this is not work? Is that what you're laughing at?
That's work.
What are you laughing at then? I told a story about how you said it was 10:10. What time is it? It's 10:10. You were Cheech and Chong in it. Whatever. Have a good day. Bye. It's like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood around here. You know what I mean? And people come visit and they stop by for stuff and they have a little chit chat, learn about life. Booty says, Sean, 2 Celsius is the max per day. 1 Celsius should be the max per day. 1. All right, that stuff gets you hopped up on goofballs. It ain't good. But she likes it. And the flavor is good. That's one of the tough things. It's like somehow my 2 favorite drinks are Nowadays and Celsius. I love the flavor of them. I want to drink them, even though I don't like soda at all, or carbonated beverages, really. But both of them, if I do drink more than even one of them, will kill me. Precarious. How are you going to make a movie called The Rock and there's no Dwayne Johnson? I've seen Escape from Alcatraz. Is there just an Alcatraz? Is there a movie that's just Alcatraz? I remember that, I think. But I don't know if I've seen it. All right, we're coming back.
Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Listen commercial free. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Beatles Now and Then, and make it your next preset.
iHeartRadio. GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, CASH. C-A-S-H. Cash. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
They're trying to ruin the movie. I'm trying to save them for them and tell people that the movie-going experience is still good and enjoyable, and they're trying to ruin them. I'll tell you why in just a moment. Join us on the show. Send a dispatch to join the conversation or an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. They are trying to ruin the theater experience, even though I just thought like we landed on something. Like, for me, the RPX movie theaters or whatever, like the premium movie theater is at your movie theater, That's the way to go. It's so loud. I don't care if anybody's even talking. I can't hear them. It's blasting out, and it's like rumbling, and I got a big, giant chair I'm laid back in. I love it. I love it. It's a good experience, and going to the movies is still a fun time. But they're trying to ruin it, and I'll tell you how. This last week, they tried at a couple of movies doing what I guess I would call pop-up movie would be the best kind of way I can. You know, you used to remember pop-up video on VH1, and you watch the music video, and they'd be like, somebody crashes a car in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then they tell you little facts about the music video. They're trying to do that because Gen Z and younger just has an attention span of less than a mite. And they're now saying, here's what we got. We got something with Meta, which is Facebook's parent company, and we're going to experiment with our technology called Movie Mate. And Movie Mate is this screen that you hold while you're watching the movie, and the little handheld screen shows you trivia, and they call them witticisms in real time, and they give you like little facts about the movie that you're watching. They've done this with a couple of different movies, and they said, I know this sounds weird, but please take out your phones. And we actually want you to take out your phone. You're supposed to take out your phone and sit there, and this stupid app will give you little factoids about what's happening on the screen.
Boo.
This is dumb. I hate this. I don't want to see all your stupid screens lit up when I'm in the movie theater. Number one, I don't want to see I don't want to see the light of your screen. The deal is this. When we go into the movie theater, you put your phone in your back pocket. You can take a little quick glimpse if you want one time. Otherwise, go out in the hallway, you animal. Go out in the hallway and take your phone call or do your text message or do whatever search you have to do.
Or, like I said, sit in the very back row.
Yeah.
You want to be on your phone and not have like light pollution for all the other people. I usually don't touch my phone if I'm in the theater, but just in case, I turn the brightness all the way down.
Yeah.
Same.
Well, I think you're right. I think if you're in the back row, no problem. That's not going to be a big issue for me. I'm not going to be upset about that. I won't have any issue. But I don't want this either. Like, can't we just enjoy stuff? Why do we have this 1 second ability to focus on anything? Why do we have an attention span shorter than a gnat for everybody right now? And they said you could go to the theater with your group of people and you all film or have like a movie. You put together like this movie night group within the app. And then let's say Josh and Sealand and I are there. Well, I'm going, movie sure is starting off slow. And then you guys respond, yeah, this is taking a little while to get there, but I heard it gets funny. And like, there's a group chat going on with my group of people at the movie. Just watch the movie.
Live tweeting the movie, you know?
Yes, it is. Everybody's on their phones, which is the antithesis of what you're supposed to be doing. There's this idea that this needs to be a hand-holding experience. Like everything that we do, you need to be dragged along. It's like when I go on TikTok and I see that content creator that is making absolute slop. The content creator that has like Subway Surfers in the right top corner of their TikTok video. You know, over here they got Subway Surfers. Down here they got like a Family Guy clip. You know, over here they've got like jokes popping up on the screen.
What
down
is
here,
a Subway Surfer?
It's a video game.
It's a mobile game.
Yeah, and down here you've got like somebody with a press squishing stuff, and then the person in the middle is like, have you heard all the juice about Desperate Housewives? And 6 things going on. Just watch the movie,
It's
you
either
animals.
that or an AI voice reading an Am I the Asshole thread from Reddit.
Right. Yeah, I can't believe this is where we're at, but this is it. Movie May is the thing, and people are starting to do this, and they're encouraging it. Universal Pictures has done this. Blumhouse has done this. They've done it at the Universal City Walk in Los Angeles at an AMC theater. And they said, we encourage you to do this. Oh, wow, this is really cool. Flannery Johnston. Flannery Johnston.
Doesn't sound like a real name.
Sounds like I'm making something up for St. Patrick's Day. Hey, it's
Flannery
Johnston.
Sounds like an insult. This guy's a real Flannery Johnston. As the chatbot came to life, offering a personalized hello from Megan, the diabolical AI doll at the center of the movie. Over the next 20 minutes, the chatbot served up like 10 messages. One was a question. Do you think they're inventing other dolls like me? An affirmative reply promoted the response, don't be Delulu. And they said, I started feeling uncomfortable looking at my phone. I didn't want to be obnoxious. Basically, I just waited till the movie was over to read through all the messages. So it just sends you messages throughout the movie from the characters or whatever.
Don't be Delulu.
What? Yeah, the whole thing is cringe, man. What are we doing? Make a great movie, watch the great movie. If the movie sucks, boo the movie. If your movie needs a little app to go along with it so that some character like Chucky can hold your hand and go, here's why this part's great. Wow, it's brain dead, man. What's going on out there? Meanwhile, number one at the box office this weekend, Thunderbolts. They did it. They did it over at Disney. They took a movie, a comic book movie full of characters I've never heard of before, and they made it some sort of success, at least a mediocre success, with $76 million. Thunderbolts was number one. Sinners was number two, making a total of $179 million since it's been in the theaters. Nice. The Minecraft movie still in third place. The Accountant 2 at 4. Until Dawn at 5. Rust! Woo, buddy!
Doing well, huh?
Rust in 115 theaters. For the record, a big movie is in between 2,000 and 4,000 theaters. If you were a big blockbuster movie, you're in between 2,000 and 4,000 theaters. Rust was in 115 theaters, and it made $25,000 this weekend. So not a mega hit right off the jump for those who were hoping for that. We'll see.
But it was also on streaming. Did that count in?
No, not to this. This is just at the box office. What network is it on? What streaming network is it on?
I don't know. You told me it was streaming.
Oh, did I? Oh.
Stream Rust.
Yeah, I don't remember where that was streaming, but we didn't watch that this weekend. We did watch a bunch of good movies, but we didn't watch that one in particular. And let's talk quickly about this because it was this weekend. Let me see if I can find for the streamers any photos of this. Did you guys see the Lady Gaga crowd?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, how do you perform for a crowd that big? Jesus, man.
At some point, you're just there to watch it on a TV.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. I mean, it's ants.
It was what, like 2 million people?
Yeah, that's 2 million people singing Bad Romance.
So, a guy I follow on Instagram is Brazilian, and he posted an aerial view of it, and he put 2 million Brazilians gather for Gaga, and immediately in my head, I thought he just misspelled Gaza on accident. I didn't realize there was a Lady Gaga concert.
Lady Gaga was playing in Brazil on the beach, and there was 2.1 million people on Copacabana for this concert. Ooh. That's crazy. That is crazy. There's so many things I can't imagine. I can't imagine being in the middle of a 2.1 million large crowd. I can't imagine the traffic leaving a concert that has 2.1 million people. I can't imagine if somebody in the middle was like, I heard a gunshot. And then everybody started running every which way. What would happen? It's just insane to think about. And they said they possibly avoided, I don't know how true this all was, but there was supposed to be some sort of attack at the concert. And craziest thing about it, the cops who were working directly with Lady Gaga, because so many people were going to be at this show, they were working with her and her team on security. They never told her that there was like a terror plot.
Cool.
They were like, hit the stage, you're good to go. And she went up there. They said 2 people were arrested on suspicion of planning an attack at a Lady Gaga concert in Rio de Janeiro and targeting LGBT people, according to police. They said the pair had attempted to recruit people, including teenagers, to carry out coordinated attacks at Saturday's concert using improvised explosives and Molotov cocktails. The goal of the planned attack was gaining notoriety on social media. You never know how real or big this actually was, because I'll be honest with you, the folks, the terrorists who really want to do this kind of stuff, they don't usually seek approval online and try to get other people and like teenagers to do their bidding for them. They just go and blow up was it a Selena Gomez concert? What was the Ariana Grande concert in Manchester or whatever? They just go out and do this. They don't usually talk about it online. So this could have been, more of just an online trolling thing. It could have been serious. I honestly don't know. Meanwhile, in a separate development, they said it was a third person who was planning to carry out a Satanist ritual by killing a child or a baby during the concert. going on? Brazil, what's happening,
What
man?
in the Alex Jones?
What is happening out there?
I mean, when you have 2.1, what was it, 2.1, 2.5?
2.1 mil, yeah.
2.1 million people at a concert, the
It's too many.
likelihood that somebody died is kind of up there. Just, natural causes.
Also, I'm thoroughly convinced that at least 10 out of every 100 people are crazy. And so then you extrapolate that into the big numbers of 2.1 million, you've got a handful, you've got an army of crazy people just wandering around this city. Anything could happen. Thankfully, it was successful. But these crowds look like a nightmare to me. Reuters was saying that it was 2.5 million people. Who the hell knows? It looked like the
Wikipedia
whole
says
world.
2.1.
Do they? Yeah, it's a lot. Over 2 million people is just an insane thing to even consider. And I don't know what the technology is these days. Can you make a concert that big sound good?
You would just, it would have to have so many extra speaker clusters that have to be delayed.
That's what I was going to say. Like, is there a science to this?
Yes.
Go, so this one is delayed so you don't get an echo?
Yeah. So if you think of it in just like a straight line, right? And then you have on the left, you have your actual stage with the live performance. And then, the sound is traveling at the speed of sound. So then when they place new sets of speakers, new clusters, they have to delay the sound. They do the math on how far the sound has to travel so that it matches up, so that you're not getting a whole bunch of, because then if not, it would just sound like chaos.
Yeah, it would just start echoing into the oblivion. It would be the audio equivalent of when you open up a browser and there's like you open it up on a VNC or something. See, like what's that phenomenon? Like when it endlessly falls, like the desktop you pull up just goes, and you build 1,000 versions of it on itself. Audio version, just unlistenable stuff.
So like say every 1,100 feet or so, because that's roughly the speed of sound per
He's
second.
doing the math, folks.
They would delay the sound a second.
That's pretty impressive, actually. When we come back, we'll get to a catastrophe of the most influencer-y type in Miami over the weekend. We got our friend Amy Caulfield. She's going to be joining us here in just a moment. A whole lot more on a busy Monday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
Happy Monday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting increasing shower and storm chances, especially throughout the course of this afternoon.
Yo. I think I might need one more nose spray. Quick announcement, people. Gather around, take a seat. Get comfortable. Our Skull Mike Squad stickers are on the way. And there's going to be 100 of those. For every gifted Secret Show sub, not only will you get a magnet while those are here, but you'll also get the Skull Mike Squad sticker along with it while those last. Also, I'm having the development team right now make it so I can add whatever I want for merch gifts that you can claim after gifting subs, and then you could select from a variety of things, so you can pick exactly what you want. I can run quantities and all of that. So that's going to be really cool moving forward. Should help build Secret Shows and also give you some pretty cool extra small batch merch, which will be fun. So that's coming this week. Not yet. It's coming this week. Big Digit says you need 2 more sprays. Let me see. Yeah. I think I'm good. I'm right on the verge, though. I just bought something, by the way, that will squash Mr. Predicto. Even though Mr. Predicto ain't going nowhere. But Courtney found this thing online, and it's a Zoltar machine that's like a perfect replica of a Zoltar machine that's a foot tall, that dispenses little fortune cards and speaks and responds to your like fortune teller questions and moves around in every way like Zoltar does. It's a 1 foot tall Zoltar. I got it for like 150 or 160 bucks. It's going to be in one of the prize spots on the shelf in the studio. I'm excited about that. I'll show it to you when we get it. 2 minutes. Zach says, who's doing Fritz on the Street this week? As far as I've heard, they were trying to work on some sort of deal with Fritz so he can still come in and get everything done. Fingers crossed that's all going to work out. And then fingers crossed, the second thing is, Fritz is obviously going to get another job. And he's a talented guy. Hopefully the job allows him to get away on Wednesdays for a decent period of time. If it doesn't, then that's going to be the major scary problem. So Sean is going to live out the movie Big with any luck. Isn't there a scene in that movie where Tom Hanks, who is technically just a grown child, a child who has grown overnight, is getting intimate with an adult woman? Do they bang? I don't know if they do or not, but there was like a creepy, weird twist in that movie, right? Wasn't there something like that where like, because he looked like an adult, there was a woman who was an adult, and then she went at least some ways with him, romantically. He touches a woman's boob. It's almost as creepy as, who is it? Was it Demi Moore who was kissing the kid in that photo? Like sucking face with the kid? Some weird people out there. Oh boy. Oh boy. I can taste the medicine. You said they canned Fritz again? Yeah, they got rid of a whole department, unfortunately, that Fritz was part of, and so he's working to try to stay on with everything. Fingers crossed everything comes full circle and we figure that out, because we really love Fritz and we need him. All right, back in a second.
To a great extent upon the attorney you choose. So interview more than one attorney and ask about experience, specifically trial experience. And oh, by the way, be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup is coming to Orlando this summer for a global showdown. Experience world-class soccer as football legends collide at Camping World and Ender & Co. Stadium. Don't just watch history, be part of it. Get your tickets now at FIFA.com/tickets. That's FIFA.com/tickets.
Like a car crash, you can't stop listening to. This is the News Junk.
Couple more influencer boats sunk right to the bottom.
Wow.
Right to the bottom.
This guy doesn't like influencers.
Right on down. I'll be honest with you. See, like when I think about Miami, I only think about like influencers and people who seemingly have no jobs, but like 50 billionaires that exist, and the people just occupy their big boats all day long off Miami Beach and live this life that makes no sense. The life makes no sense. It's fueled by like OnlyFans money and God knows what. Tech
refugees that have fled California for taking all their money. I don't know what it is, but it seems like some sort of beautiful hellscape that's going on down there. And there's so many people like that in Miami. And I'm not saying I want them to die. That's ridiculous. I don't want anybody to die, really. Well, I want some people to die, but, that's neither here nor there. The influencer people are
Name them. Which ones? Right now.
I can't. The FCC license will evaporate underneath us right now if I just started naming people. Number one. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. There was a bunch of these influencer people. They're mostly just women who, I swear to God, and this is not like, I'm not insulting people for their looks. I don't tend to do that on the show unless it's somebody who's being a bully or I'm coming at them. But they all look the same. These women all look the same. They all have like bolt-on asses, and like all the eyes look the same. The eyebrows look the same. The lips, ladies, the lips are out of control. I don't know what you're doing anymore. I don't know what's happening. And there's not all of them, of course, but there's a type that we're talking about. The Miami yacht influencer girl who's down there doing their thing. And a whole boat full of them sunk, which is quite the time. A 63-foot vessel they were on. And I don't know how many people you're supposed to put on a ship that big. It was described as a Lamborghini boat. And they had that many people on
it was
there.
made by Lamborghini, or they're like, this is the Lamborghini of boats?
It says the ship was described as a Lamborghini vessel, whatever the hell that means. Let me try to ask TNJAI about this. This is kind of a
Answered
weird
my question by just repeating the thing that you just said.
You get the point. If there is a boat, and it's called a Lamborghini vessel, and it's 63 feet long, 63 feet long, how many people can fit on that boat safely? Let's see, because they had 32 people that were rescued because the yacht sank as all these influencers were partying on there and enjoying themselves.
The capacity of a boat depends on its design and safety regulations.
All right.
But a general rule of thumb is to allow for about 2 persons per 10 feet of length.
Oh, they're
for a
way over that.
63-foot boat. That would suggest it can safely accommodate around 12 to 13 people.
Okay, 12 to 13 people. Whoops. There was 32 people on this thing cruising around out there. And, hold on. I've got one of the clips here. I don't know what we'll hear from this, but we might as well check it out. Because they're on this boat. This says $4.5 million yacht. Mm-hmm. And you see all these women in bikinis and life preservers, which is ridiculous.
$1 million Lamborghini yacht sunk off the coast of Miami.
It's a very nice boat. They're cruising along. Oh, there she goes into the sink. Downward. 30 women jammed onto the luxurious boat. There was supposed to be just 5 passengers for a day in the sun. It was Formula One weekend. And then the thing sank. Oh, $5 million into the drink. That's not fun.
Whoops.
Oh, all these ladies. And what do they do? It's so funny. When they show the footage, they all have their cameras out. Mm-hmm. Like if these ladies were on the Titanic, they would have had their cameras out as it was swirling and making its way down. And the ladies on the board, the door, floating and leaving Leonardo DiCaprio bobbing in the sea. They'd film it all. They would film all of it here. But this is not a good idea.
It would be weird if they didn't.
If they didn't film it?
Yeah.
They might as well get some content, right? Oh, here it is. See, like, it's called the Lamborghini Technomar.
Technomar.
T-E-C-N-O-M-A-R. Lamborghini Technomar. I didn't even know they had Lamborghini boats. This is how out of this world this is for me.
This is how poor we are. We like to think of Sean as being like the rich guy on the station, but he doesn't know Lamborghini boats.
I don't know what...
He's not Lamborghini boat rich.
What are any of these people do? Are they all crypto bros in Miami? Where is all of this coming from?
Don't worry about it, Toots.
Yeah, don't ask any questions.
Just get on the boat in your bikini.
It's crypto bros and OnlyFans models.
Shut up and get on the boat.
They're crowding onto these boats.
Put on your PFD.
There's so many of them on there that it can't even possibly be fun. But that's the goal. Like, the goal in Miami is to stay on a yacht for the day. Every day.
Oh, man. New York Post has an attitude on this. It's hilarious. Around 30 budding bikini-clad influencers took a luxurious Lamborghini Technomar out for a spin in the waters, blah, 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 only to have their hopes for a picture-perfect jaunt sink when the posh yacht started taking on water. The glamorous but clueless bunch cracked jokes and appeared mostly unbothered by the harrowing ordeal.
I'm telling you, if they were on the Titanic, it was going down, they'd be like, oh, ladies, gather together. Let's get this TikTok live going. The 63-foot luxury boat sank. 32 people were on board. No injuries, thank God. Boat's done for. It was bobbing in the water. They don't know who owns the boat or what caused it to sink. That's Miami in a nutshell. We don't know who owns the yacht. We don't know who was on it. We only know that there was people who were influencers for a while.
The Coast Guard and a Good Samaritan boat swooped in to get everyone off safely, with many of the influencers able to save their most prized possessions, including a MacBook and a $350 bottle of Clase Azul Gold Tequila.
Clase Azul ad working its way in. Also, if you're one of the rescue boats, do you use it as like a red, velvet rope opportunity where you only let the cream of the crop models onto your, you're like,
you're a Coast Guard.
Yeah,
get your Coast Guard ass over to that boat.
Your yacht time is over. You guys are so fat over there, you sank that one. Get out of here, please.
The pricey booze, according to one video, was cradled by former Miss America competitor Reagan Hartley on a rescue boat while someone else shouted, "The baby is safe."
What? This is Miami. This is Miami. What has happened to this city? It's a wild time down there. Miami listeners, are you enjoying it? Do you like this kind of stuff? Is this the reality of your situation, or is it only Miami Beach? I think it's only Miami Beach. I think it's only South Beach. I think it's South Beach life, probably. Over to one dispatch real quick, our first one to open up the day. Let's do two. Here's a video dispatch from our friend Shelby. Hey there.
Hey, junkies. Happy Monday.
Hey.
I just wanted to say hi. Wish you guys a good start of your week.
Oh, that's
I'm excited
nice.
for the show to start. You guys keep me going. Yeah.
Well, where is she here? I can't tell.
Is she a doctor?
I think she might be. Yeah.
She's at a hospital.
Very impressive. Thank you for the hello. We appreciate it. And VW Shane joins with an old-fashioned audio dispatch.
Gotta agree 100% with Sean's take on Alcatraz, at least up until the point where I paused it to talk. Kind of boring, a little underwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
It felt more like a Universal Studios set than an actual historical monument.
True.
That being said, I don't think Trump should be the president. I'm not going to say Trump necessarily. Any president should be doing anything with national parks other than adding new ones and making the current ones bigger. Hopefully it is a national park. This is going to ruin my whole point. But assuming it's actually a national park, I'm pretty sure it is. That's my problem with it. Even though it's boring, he should not be changing it into something else.
Is it a national park?
Let's find out.
Otherwise, I don't think you would be able to tell. I thought it was under like the Bureau of Prisons or something like that.
It's part of Golden Gate National Recreation Area, which is a park managed by the National Park Service.
Okay. Oh, but he's in control of the National Park Service then.
Yeah, he runs the whole country.
It just seems like it would be so expensive, and it's not big enough. We have a lot of prisoners that we need to round up, or prisoners to be, I should say, and toss in. Some of the influencers, too. Round them up. You don't even worry about taking off the inflatable devices around their necks. Keep them in the bikinis. Throw them in the prison, please, to improve quality of life for everybody else out there. We got people to throw into jail, but that's not enough jail cells.
They don't even have water supply there. Jimmy was texting me about this. It was like,
really?
Yeah, they have to import it by tug and barge from the mainland to load up this water tower they have in there, and that is now rusty-ass water tower.
Yeah, it's inefficient.
And they said in somewhere in the Wikipedia article I was reading that the toilets there flushed with salt water.
Really?
Which made them stinkier.
Yeah,
like it smelled even worse than like your normal prison toilet might smell.
Why not go further? If you really want this as a deterrent for would-be criminals, people who are going to be committing the crimes and whatnot, why not actually build a prison fully underwater? Not even on an island. Just fully like in the ocean underwater, and you're in like an aqua cell, and you don't even get to go outside or anything. This is like, Aquaman territory probably, but this would be, I think, more efficient. This seems like a dumb idea. I don't know where he got this from, but here we are regardless. Maybe you like it. Let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. We got our friend Amy Kaufeld coming up next on the show. We're going to see what she has going on. I know we got to talk about a couple of things. At one point in time, Courtney made me watch the new Blake Lively movie. Not the biggest Blake Lively fan.
Another Simple Favor?
Another Simple Favor.
Not the domestic violence one?
No,
did not like that movie.
No, not that one. No, I think that was really, really targeting women, that movie. And maybe this was too, but Paul Feig's movies are so corny to me. So corny. Everything he does like that is so corny. But there's a scene, I don't know if I'm spoiling much here, but minor spoiler warning if you're going to watch another Simple Favor.
No.
There's a scene where Blake Lively has an identical twin, because in this series she has an identical twin, and she has sex with her identical twin. And it's the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
You're making this up.
No, I swear to God. All of a sudden, her and her identical twin sister are in bed, and then she leans over and she's like, and they just start making out. And then all of a sudden, they full on go for it. And they're having sex with them. It's just weird, man. It's weird. That wasn't the big crime of the movie. The crime was it was boring and twists were dumb and poorly made, but nevertheless, it wasn't even really Blake Lively's fault. It was just a badly written thing. However, we are going to take a quick break. We're going to see what you think about all of this and so much more. Buzz says, OMFG, please, Sean, don't give Trump any more ideas about underwater prisons. Shaking my head. Well, I'm just saying, if you're going to do it right, okay? When we come back, Amy Kaufeld from Fox 35. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Keep an eye out for a car broken down off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound before Maitland Boulevard. There's a car stopped on the shoulder on State Road 408 eastbound near Florida's Turnpike there. Authorities are clearing up an accident on I-95 southbound before I-4. Traffic still slowing down on I-4 through that Lake Buena Vista area. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant.
Go, Mike. Go, Mike Squad. Somebody said I watched 15 minutes of that movie. I had to turn it off. There was something about, in Another Simple Favor, the cinematography that looks so cheap to me. Hi. What can I do you for? What are you doing? Huh? Going where? You're going to the moon? I don't think you're going to the moon. Are you going to run?
Yeah.
How fast are you going to go?
It's on your visa.
Because you make it up. Does your thing tell you how fast you go? I don't think it does. I
can look at the thing on my app.
No, because that one time you told me you were going 30 miles an hour, and you definitely weren't going 30 miles an hour.
Possibly.
Where'd you get that from?
My tracker.
My tracker doesn't tell me how fast I went, I don't think.
You don't have a watch.
Oh, Apple Watch tells you how fast you were going. Oh, okay. Well, be safe out there.
Thank you.
Let me know if you need anything.
Okay.
Fight off any kidnappers.
I'm just hoping I see some kitty cat.
Well, good luck.
Right.
Bye. Love you. See you later. Wonder how long it would take to build a C-Lab prison, says Bucky. An insane amount of time. Honestly, I would guess to refurbish Alcatraz and get that up and running in usable condition for a prison would probably cost him a huge, probably hundreds of millions of dollars, huge amount of money. And then when you spend all that money, then you only have room for 300 people. You could commandeer a closed down Holiday Inn in Detroit and get more rooms than that. That's not enough. If you're going to do this, you need a max security prison. You need a big one with 1,000 people at least. And you say we're going to put the worst of the worst. We'll call it super duper max. Alcatraz is too small. Alcatraz is too small, and you can't expand. It's limited to the size of the island itself. It works better just as a tourist thing. Oh, whoa, oh, it's here. Whoa, let me see. Thank you. Zoltar. Oh, man. Can I have some scissors? I can't believe it's already here. It does. Zoltar speaks. Okay, I'm going to open up during the next break. Or you want me to wait till you come back?
Whatever you want.
I'll wait till you come back if you want.
Okay.
Okay. Bye-bye. Zoltar goes over here. We will have a Zoltar unboxing. Can't wait to see this thing. Got to be patient. Sammy Scam says Courtney is now bigger on the show than Sean. Well, I was meant to be eclipsed at some point. It was destined to happen. I put it all out there. Zach says, can you ask Mr. Predicto a question? Zach, I can ask Mr. Predicto a question if you ask it fast. Zach, you have 5 seconds. All right, Zach, we're coming back. You waited too long.
For 24 months with zero security deposit. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, $49.95 at inception, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 5/5/25.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N, FUN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Check.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little asky. This is the new.
You're willing to spend some time with us today. We're willing to spend some time with you as always. You can learn more about the show. It's called The News Junkie, and all the information you need to know is over at thenewsjunkie.com. Working on connecting with our friend Amy Kaufelt. We'll do that in just a second.
I think they're having problems hearing us.
Oh, yeah? They're in the dark over there? Did you make sure it wasn't us? Like, it's all our stuff is correct, right?
I don't actually know the answer to that.
Great.
This guy's a producer.
It looks like it's... hold on, let me ask if you can you hear me now?
No, I don't think they can. Yeah, go ahead and troubleshoot with them, and I'll blib blab for a second here. We've got a bunch of things to talk about today. I did an emergency pod, the rare emergency pod this weekend, Josh. I got out there and had to get the message out to the people.
That's cool.
It's like the most frustrating thing in the world because we have our podcast is very popular for the show. Thank God. Love you, podcasters. God love you. And you can subscribe for free on thenewsjunkie.com. But there's this weird problem that like a tiny percentage of the podcast audience has been happening where they listen to the show and it just skips around all over the place. And it must be the most frustrating thing in the world. I don't know how they're powering through this, but I keep trying to fix it, and I had to do an emergency pod over the weekend. So if that happens to you, go listen to that emergency podcast and then let us know, your thoughts. Hit me up at tips@thenewsjunkie.com. We'll see how all of that goes here momentarily. Did you see, Josh, what happened at this Barstool Sports location?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't even know they had an actual bar. Did you know that they had a...
They have one in Nashville. I don't know if this was that one, though.
Okay, this says a Temple University student has been placed on interim suspension after an anti-Semitic sign was displayed at Barstool Sansom Street in Philadelphia. So that's where this one is. It's in Philadelphia in a video that's gone viral on social media. And I saw the dude, what's his name? The guy who's behind, Dave Portnoy. Dave Portnoy is making like emergency videos where he's going, we have a red alert here. I'm sorry if you've seen the sign. The sign that was inside this bar says F the Jews. Just full on written out F word, Jews, which is going to rattle some cages and get some people that were very upset about that, obviously. This says, Stop Anti-Semitism, a nonprofit, posted the video on X on Sunday of an employee at the bar holding a sign that said F the Jews. Barstool owner and founder Dave Portnoy, who's Jewish, said in an expletive-laden rant after the video surfaced, he's already fired the employees involved. He said he fired the employees involved, and then he said 2 people who ordered the sign during bottle service, he's sending them to Auschwitz, which is such like, do you think a person who, when they get bottle service, they let you put whatever you want on the sign, okay? And like, let's say it was C-Lane's birthday.
Okay.
We're at this Barstool
Happy
bar.
birthday, me.
Congratulations, happy birthday, C-Lane. And I go, a bottle on me, a bottle of your finest Stoli on me. Send it over to C-Lane. And when they bring it to you, I get to put a message so it says, happy birthday, C-Lane. Just like that, except they put F the Jews. And Barstool never should have put that on the sign that they brought over, and that was insane and stupid and all the ways. But they did, and he goes, the people responsible for this, the people who ordered the sign, I'm gonna send them over to Auschwitz. And I thought, what is this gonna do? Do you think, like, are they gonna go to Auschwitz and be like, well, you're right, I was wrong. The Jews have really been held down. I changed my mind about all of this. I apologize. I don't know if this fixes anything. I don't know if this is a real winner of an idea, but we have our friend Amy on the phone.
Yes,
we do.
Yeah, let's go over to her on the phone. Amy Caulfield is joining us from Fox 35.
Hey, guys.
Hey, there she is.
There's something going on with Zoom. It was just weird. I was getting like garbled audio, so I couldn't hear what you guys were saying, which is problematic.
Yeah. That's half the battle there.
We're pretty sure it was C-Lane's fault.
You guys sound great on the phone.
We've had an investigation underway for the last 5 minutes or so, and we're pretty sure it's C-Lane's fault. Yeah, we don't have any hard evidence.
Very rude.
We don't have any hard evidence at all. I can't blame it on Sabrina, but C-Lane's here, so he's going to take the brunt of this for right now. How you doing, Amy? How is everything in your world?
I'm good. It's a good, crazy, busy weekend, and like back at it today, and just, life is good.
Yeah, did I see
like the craziest month for parents?
Did I see that your kid got like top athlete in the whole school or something? What was that award that I saw this weekend?
So I think technically it was for girls, but the award actually said best athlete in at Seminole, so which is the high school that she goes to. But there was also a male who got an award as well. So I think technically it was a female award. But yeah, super proud of Caroline. She had a great water polo season. She's gonna go play. I think the reason behind it is that she's the first water polo athlete from Seminole High School to sign a D1 commitment. So she's going to go play water polo at Bucknell. So so it's exciting. So it's kind of like, it's like a little bit of a history making moment. I think some of the other players who are juniors will probably sign to play next year, but she's the first one. So it's kind of cool,
How did you do this? What's the secret? How do you raise kids that are all super successful and performing and getting awards and stuff?
I don't know. There's no secret sauce, Sean. You're a dad. I mean, there's no secret sauce. I think that you just love them and you nurture them and you give them the tools to try to do good things, and you encourage and you know what? Sometimes they take those things and they run with it, and sometimes they don't. And you can't force them. You can't build. I always say if a kid does not have a drive to do something, there is nothing you can do, threaten, take away that is going to give them that drive. It just doesn't work that way. Some of them just innately have it,
Still going to try, Amy. Still going to try.
And I wonder how much is that, like, were you pretty athletic when you were young, and maybe that passed on to your kids, and then I wasn't, and I gave my son no athletic ability at all?
This is going to make it sound better than it was. I was the captain of the swim team, but I was not the best swimmer. So I just think that it's so much of it's about drive. Now, my husband also played D1. He played football for the University of Tulsa, and so he was a pretty good football player. So I don't know, maybe they get the genetics from him. My dad was a really good athlete. He played college football and basketball, and so he was pretty talented. So who knows? Brian's dad, my husband's dad, he played football at West Point. So I definitely think there's some like athletic genes in the family, but so whether they get it from that or not, but Caroline is just one of those kids who's just like very driven, you know?
Yeah, that's
and my
awesome.
daughter Kate's kind of the same way. I don't know, like they just have to find their own self motivation. There's no will or like rhyme or reason to it.
I mean,
the funniest thing, you guys.
That right there is the kind of one of the secrets of life. If you have drive, you can go so far. You could do so many things. If you don't have drive, you're probably not going to do much with your life. But I don't know if that's nature or nurture or whatever, but congrats to you for having kids that absolutely have that drive. Not that I'm saying my son's great. He has all the drive in the world. He's the best vape store employee that Lake Worth, Florida has ever seen. He's amazing. The best at everyone. Funny kid. What were you going to say? What was the story you were going to tell us?
Well, I was just going to say, like, okay, so I equated to potty training. So with all three of the kids, and Celine, you're still a little ways away from this, but
a little bit.
They were not at all interested in potty training, and it didn't matter what you did, like whatever it was you offered them, like, you know, like a little gummy or not those kind of gummies. I mean, like, don't take me wrong. Don't take that wrong.
Whatever
like
it takes.
M&M or whatever, you know, parents bribe their kids with to try to be potty trained. I always say it doesn't work. They're going to figure it out on their own time. I finally gave up after the third kid of realizing, like, okay, this clearly is not working. They either want to, you know, leave the diaper behind or they don't. And there's just it was horrible. I just remember being so frustrated. Then finally I was like, this is so stupid. They're not going to go to college not being potty trained. They're going to figure it out eventually, you know, and you just have to wash your hands of it and be like, okay, I did the best I could. They got to figure it out.
Yeah, that makes sense. And at least your daughters didn't end up among the crew of this luxury yacht that sank off of Miami and the influencer hordes. That was there's just a horde of influencers on top of this fancy boat that sunk down to the bottom.
How do you not know what the capacity of the boat is? Like, I'm sorry, like you crammed 32 people on a boat. I think they said that was double the capacity, but I was looking at another story that said that it was even more crowded than that. Like, I was like, what are they, like, standing on top of each other? Like, I don't even like that wouldn't even be fun.
I love that Amy thinks that the OnlyFans influencers and Instagram influencers that are loaded up on this boat know anything about occupancy of boats. They just they get on. They go,
like, I don't want to die. Like, you should at least be like, well, I don't want to go out in this boat and die because there's so many people on here. You know what I mean? I don't get it.
Only one out of the 32 influencer women who are on this boat can spell the word Lamborghini. Is a pretty sure bet, I think. I don't know that they had any idea what was going on. So you were covering a lot this morning. What stands out? What's the big story in your world, Amy Caulfield?
Well, I think the biggest story locally for us is this, these three kids from Osceola County High School who were injured about 3:00 in the morning. It was a post-prom thing. They were like at this kind of like a condo complex, and there was a fight that broke out. And there were two people shooting at each other, and gunshots went into the vehicle where these three teenagers were sitting. Doesn't sound like any of the kids who were shot have life-threatening injuries. It was like, but one of them had like bullet shrapnels in the eye, which is horrible. One had a bullet graze on the face. They were all, I mean, I think they're all going to be okay. They're saying they're all like not life-threatening injuries, so that's good news. But imagine like end of the school year, this is kind of how your school year ends. And actually, I'm working on a story right now of a young lady in Sanford who was just 3 weeks from graduating from high school last year. You guys might remember this story. There were like 2 consecutive drive-by shootings in Sanford. all at the end of April, like beginning of May. And she was standing outside with her friend, totally innocent bystander. She gets shot in the back of the head. She was 3 weeks from graduating high school. So we're following up with her this week. We're going to air her story on Wednesday. So she was shot on the left side of the head and the back, which impacted the whole right side of her body. You guys know how the brain works, right?
Yeah.
If you injure the left side, then the right side, right. So it's like so she's having to learn how to write with her left hand. She's having to learn how to read certain words again. She can't drive because her foot on her right side is not able to use an accelerator. I mean, these kids, it's just so scary. Like they just live in a different world than we did, and they just there's so many more dangers for them than there were for us.
True, absolutely, yeah. And there's so many different things that you guys tackle each and every day on the show, and I would encourage everybody to make sure you're watching Amy Kay and the crew. One thing I saw over on Fox35Orlando.com was that you guys were running the story about Target saying enough's enough. They're pulling the plug on the self-checkout stuff. And I don't know where the future is going. Is the future going to these weird dystopian all self-checkouts, or like now Target's saying, nope, we're not doing that because people steal too much. So now there's like limitations.
Crazy, Sean. So what's crazy is Target is not saying that they're making the change because of theft, but they had $500 million in theft last year. Can you imagine trying to operate a business where $500 million is walking out the door and no one's paying for it? That's crazy. That's insane. It's insane.
That's a lot.
And so, but here's the other thing that I don't understand. So if we get rid of the self-checkout and you have to bring back the clerks, right, it's still not going to stop people from running out of the store with whatever, and no one's chasing after them because that's company policy just to let people take whatever they want. I still don't understand that either. But I think the future, and this is kind of what we've been looking at as far as, what's new, the new technology out there, is that basically as you walk out of the store, everything that is, that you are buying will have some type of code on it that it's almost like an AI thing where as you're walking out, like you'll walk under some type of scanner and it'll just automatically charge whatever credit card you have on file. Like, okay, we see, right, which is super cool.
That's what, I don't know if you've ever seen, Amy, in your travels, because they don't really have them around here, but the Amazon stores, like the Amazon Go or whatever, that's just everything's linked to your account.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Those are really cool. I went to one in New York, and it was almost eerie that I didn't have to speak to anybody. It just watched all of my moves, and as I walked out the door, a couple seconds later, I got a receipt on the app on my phone.
Right, and that's the direction I thought everything was going. Like, I just went to, I don't know how you say it. Is it Uniqlo?
Yes.
Uniqlo?
Oh, yeah.
I went to one of those stores, and you get all the stuff you want around the store. You get your shirts or your socks or your pants. And then they go, are you ready to check out? And you go, yeah. And then you throw everything into a bin. It calculates the cost of everything. You pay for it. You toss it in a bag and you walk out. That's it. That's the whole thing. And
is that the one down at Disney Springs? Is that the one you went to or a different one?
Yeah. That's the one.
So cool.
Yeah. And so you basically have like one employee that's left to oversee the robots for now. But now the Fox 35 Orlando says self-checkout is checking out. And Target shoppers are not happy about it. Target has pulled the plug on many of its self-checkout machines. The retailer announced it will now limit self-checkout to customers with 10 items or fewer. Those with fuller carts will be directed to staffed checkout lanes, which is the total opposite of what they've done. I've gone to these places. We got one across the street, Amy, and you go into the Target, and there's 40 lanes, 40 checkout lanes across the front of this thing, and there's one person working.
Yeah, it's insane.
The rest is all self-checkout.
Well, and then, we were just talking about this weekend. Like, there was one of my coworkers, Stephanie, was at the one on Lake Murray Boulevard, and she said that the line for the self-checkout went all the way down the aisle, and then there was only one person working, at a regular lane to check you out. Which I'm like, why would you go? I don't know why you would go stand in a self-checkout lane for 20 minutes. That to me seems ridiculous, too.
Well, that was an issue at Costco for a while, too. Like, the Costco self-checkout line was incredibly big, but some of the people, Costco's been cracking down on membership sharing because that used to be the way that you would do it. Was if you took somebody else's card, you have to scan the card when you check out. So if you do self-checkout, they're not looking at your card. Exactly. So that's why the line for that was getting just horrendously long.
Yeah, there's a lot of people stealing like this. They talk in the story on Fox35Orlando.com. In one dramatic case that captured national attention, a California woman was convicted of stealing over $60,000 in merchandise from Target stores used by self-checkout machines during a 100-visit crime spree. So it's just these people just taking advantage. Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, that was the story where this lady was doing this for months. And how does nobody notice? Like, that also makes you wonder, like, you think they have these, like, have a pretty good security staff or, like, it's that prevention staff that's, like, keeping an eye on things. But
sure, yeah. But
maybe not everywhere.
They fired everybody for the robots, and then they found out that they can't trust people. That's where we're at the moment.
Crazy.
Okay, well,
are you guys following the Diddy trial at all? That's also kicking off today with jury selection. I'm sure you guys are talking about that.
We're just getting into that here. Basically, we know this is in a New York courthouse. It's a federal case, I believe, right?
Correct. Yeah, no cameras in the courtroom.
Yeah, no cameras in the courtroom. We'll just get, like, the little drawings that they give us every once in a while. And now they got to pick a jury, that has got to be a hard job, picking a jury that doesn't know about this case. So, yeah. I mean, what do you think? This looks pretty bad for him to me. I don't know how he's going to end up winning this thing.
Yeah, it doesn't look great. They do have a lot of evidence, but we had TMZ on with us this morning, and those guys are very knowledgeable. They had one of their reporters in the courtroom. They said Diddy came out completely gray. They're like, you wouldn't even recognize him. He's got gray hair, and he just looks like he's been through it. But he also said that he's like, all these stories that have been coming out in the media, he said all the stuff that we've been hearing about is all the cases that have been settled. So, like, the high profile, like is this person was at the party, or this celebrity was at the party. And he was like, a lot of that stuff has been settled. He's like, what we're hearing about specifically with this is female victims who were probably people we don't know. And then I guess these male prostitutes were brought in, like, across state lines, which is where the trafficking is coming from. So
the freak-offs.
He's like, the jury is, right, exactly. So he's like, the jury's not going to be hearing, like, these high-profile celebrity, testimony or that kind of thing. He said, this is going to be people that you probably never heard of. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think people are going to follow it for sure.
Yeah, for sure. We'll keep an eye on that. Absolutely. Always a pleasure to talk to you, Amy Caulfield. You are the best of the best, and we love you.
Love you guys.
We'll talk to you next week.
Can't wait. Love you. See you soon.
Bye, Amy.
Amy Caulfield. Fox 35. Look at that. What a pro. We got a little hiccup going on tech-wise. Zoom screwing up or something. She pops on the phone, knocks it out of the park as always. She's the best. And that's Amy Caulfield. Make sure you're watching every single morning. If you're here locally, where the show is based in Orlando, watch on Fox 35 every single morning, her and the crew. But everybody can use the website as a resource because it's really full of everything you need to know at Fox35Orlando.com. All right, when we come back, we got to talk about Trump's trying to block all the movies being filmed outside of the U.S. And whether or not you can pull that off is a really interesting question. We got a man who his son was shot by the cops, and he took revenge in the most insane way possible. We're going to get to that pretty soon. And another Netflix show that's really, really getting some attention. Why? We'll discuss all that and so much more. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder on Florida's Turnpike southbound near State Road 429. There's a disabled vehicle on I-4 eastbound before Maitland Boulevard, off to the right shoulder there. Traffic's up to speed on most of the major roadways. There's no accidents really affecting your commute this afternoon. Although if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies, offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
Folks, let me tell you about QC Kinetics. They are amazing. For over 8 years, QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in non-surgical relief for joint pain. So if your hips are hurting, your knees are hurting, if your body's just hurting, there's a better way. With over 50,000 satisfied patients, people with knee and back pain are now living, get this, pain-free. Shoulder and hip pain gone, and the consultation is free. It's the news junkie. And what they're doing is nothing short of remarkable over at QC Kinetics. It's called regenerative cell therapy. And that might sound like futuristic science to you, but they'll explain everything along the way. It's a powerful and potent way to give your joints new life, repairing old tissue. And with QC Kinetics, you got no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. It's all natural. And the consultation is, as I said, free. The patient satisfaction reports are astonishing. All of this can be done without being slowed down by that awful pain you have in your knees or your back. So give them a call. Learn more. QC Kinetics can be called at this number, 689-247980. 689-247. Hold on, let me do that again. 689-244-7980. Excuse me. 689-244-7980. Or you can find them on their website, qckinetics.com.
Fence Outlet customer Sarah shares.
We decided to go with Fence Outlet after receiving several referrals from our neighbors. They've been in business for over 30 years, so we trusted that they would do a great job, and they did.
Go to fenceoutlet.com to book your free estimate. License number C10252 and C10803.
Hey everybody, want to impress Mom on Mother's Day? Enjoy a menu of mom-approved dishes prepared by Chef Tony Nova for Rosen Center's Mother's Day Buffet. At Rosen Center on Sunday, May 11th, Chef Tony has created a Mother's Day buffet for everybody. 60-plus delectable dishes and champagne and mimosas for our guests 21 and up. Jonah crab claws and sous vide short ribs is just where it begins. If you really want to impress Mom, join Chef Tony Nova at Rosen Center on Sunday, May 11th for their Mother's Day buffet. Grab your reservations today at rosencenter.com/Mother's Day.
I'm Ultima Morgan. Every year, almost 30,000 babies in America are born with birth injuries. It's every parent's worst nightmare. If your child suffered a birth injury, please call.
Go, Mike. Don't tell me talk much, Sean. They wrote out the phone number phonetically on the piece of paper, and I just ran full speed to get it off the printer and sat down right when my microphone turned on, okay? I got another live read for that, and I'm going to drill it. I'm going to dick drill that later. By the way, I zapped that cryptocurrency nerd. Completely blasted him out of Mega Chat like a fire hose. Just blasted him out. No more of that nonsense. Tell the advertiser that you will dick drill their ad? Hell yeah! Once I have it fully locked in and I know what I'm talking about. I can turn out a spectacular live read. But I literally didn't even get to read it. Like, I grabbed the paper, I got back in, sat down, mic on, go. 2 minutes. Can you do the full hop skip again to get to the desk? No, I just zoomed, buddy. I was just moving. Trucking along, as it were. I think I did well. Ish. I give myself a D. Happy Cinco? Wait. Oh my God, I totally forgot today's Cinco de Mayo. I totally forgot. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. Bro, people are weird. People are weird. I got something for you next. Okay, we're coming back.
Legendary clips, deep cuts, live performances, and all their solo hits. Listen commercial-free. Just open the free iHeartRadio app, search Beatles Now and Then, and make it your next preset.
iHeartRadio. If you want your windows there in weeks, Pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, FUN. F-U-N, FUN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This
Things well. I don't know if that's a thing or not, but like
what-
every other holiday, like when we wake up in the morning, Courtney's like, Happy Cinco de Mayo. I'm like, God, Happy Cinco de Mayo? Is that a thing that you say on
Say Feliz Cinco de Mayo.
Feliz Cinco de Mayo? It's a great holiday and all, but I don't know if you say Happy Cinco de Mayo to people. We'll take it today if you want to say that to us. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. We're going to hear from you here momentarily. And also, I watched this weekend. It's the #1 show on Netflix. And I don't know who it's for, man. I think it might be for older people. I think it might be the first show that I've ever watched that's made for older people. And I'm like, oh, this is what I'm talking about. This is my type of content right here.
Old.
It's the new Netflix comedy series, The Four Seasons. Which
it's a series?
Yeah. It's a series, 8 episodes on Netflix. Each 2 episodes is a season. So like the first 2 episodes are during springtime of a year. The second 2 episodes, they go to summertime, then fall, and then winter. Each of them are 2 episodes.
Hence the title.
Yeah. And it's like all this group of people. Tina Fey's in it. Oh, God. Who's the guy who does MacGruber? He's in it with her. Will Forte is in it. It's tons of SNL alums, all these very talented people. Steve Carell is in it. And they're all like this friend group that does these parties each season. And it's about all the different things that happen within their friend group. But there's so much of it that's about being like 50 years old, which I am not 50 years old. Those are old people. I'm not that old. I'm a young, spry 43.
But I mean, like, of the 3 of us, you're the closest to 50.
Yeah.
It's true.
Barely, yes, I am
Barely.
indeed the closest. But I'm far away. I can't even see 50 from here. It's so far
It's
away.
right behind you.
But I will tell you, Josh and C-Lane, I really, really like Tina Fey. I think she's fantastic. She's maybe one of my favorite writer-actor people. I think she is
There was
funny
a lot
and
of
talented.
talk about Tina Fey being like next in line for Lorne Michaels' job when he retires from SNL. Like, there's a lot of people. I don't know if he has said this or what, but there's enough speculation that it seems like it could be a credible thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think she would be good at it because I like her that much. She wrote this. She's very, very skilled. She had a couple of movies I watched that were like, these were not for me, but mostly they're good. I don't think the Zoomers are going to dig this, though, because it's like people in their 50s and stuff kind of dealing with the next phase of life. It's about having a friend in your partner group who goes through a divorce and like hooks up with somebody who's much younger than them. And then about like the age and generational dynamics that come up from that. It's all kinds of stuff like that built into this show. And so there's a lot of stories like Vulture from the New York Times says The Four Seasons is probably not your thing. It has actors, mostly actors, who are in their 50s playing characters who are in their 50s, and a show whose target demographic is, I assume, people in their 50s. I said their greatest strength in the series is deep understanding of how it feels to be a person. In the deepest throes of midlife, staring down a feature filled with empty nests, potential health issues, blah, 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 blah. It all came, as somebody in chat rightfully pointed out, from a 1981 Alan Alda movie. And I believe Alan Alda's in this. But he's like a crypt keeper these days, so I didn't even notice him, I don't think, when he popped up in the movie. But I thought it was fun. It's not great. It's not the funniest thing in the world, but I just like Tina Fey so much. And I think she's such a talented writer. If you saw it, let us know what you think. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com now.
When I saw that there was going to be a show called The Four Seasons, I thought for sure Netflix was trying to do their own White Lotus. Like they were just trying to. I was thinking of the hotel and not necessarily winter, spring, summer, and fall Four Seasons.
Right. Yeah. It's a cool mechanism to tell stories.
Mm-hmm.
To go, all right, the first 2 episodes are this season, then you change and you get to experience the whole of the year. I dig that. And I think a lot of people probably will like it too, but we'll see. Tell us what you thought if you watched it over at thenewsjunkie.com. Hey, is this weird? Tell me if this is weird. Courtney sent me a photo, and you know how one of the big things now is if it's your kid's birthday, Celine, you're going to have to do this. You got to get these big things that go out in your yard.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
This big, it's like 4 feet tall and 20 feet long, big letters that say happy birthday to your kid. And somebody did an entire yard display for their dog's birthday, and I don't know what to make of this. I don't know.
Now the paw prints make more sense.
I did not realize that was for a dog.
I thought it was for a child, and I was like, there's a margarita there.
A kid named Bernie.
It says, happy 8th birthday, Bernie. And it's got their little pup in a bone and some sort of Cinco de Mayo related stuff too. And when I see this, I go, is that weird? Have we gone too far to the world of loving our dogs? Have we crossed a barrier here?
I think it's not that weird for a child, but now that I know it's a dog, I'm like, oh, that's a lot. Because, if this were a kid's birthday,
that's
at least
fine.
You have that, you used to, if you were going to a kid's birthday party and you were given directions before everything was on apps and stuff, you would tie some balloons to the mailbox so you know which house that you're going to.
Yeah.
And you could have a sign like this, Bernie's 8th birthday party. But if it's just for a dog, now you're just proclaiming to the neighborhood, my dog is 8.
Your dog is 8, and your dog doesn't know. Your dog has no clue what's going on. He's like, wow, damn, thanks, dog parents. You were really knocked it out of the park with this whole setup that you got. I don't know if we've gone too far in our whole culture of dogs. I love dogs. Don't get me wrong. Lady is my favorite thing besides my son and my girlfriend. It's my third favorite thing in the world. She's awesome. But I couldn't see myself going out of the front lawn and putting these letters out there. Eddie says pathetic. I don't want to bully the people. Is it really pathetic? I think it's just strange. I think that's what it is. To put a huge 4 foot tall, massive thing on your whole front yard that says happy 8th birthday and it's for your dog is a little bit weird. If Josh did this for his dog, I don't know what I would think about that.
It would be bigger than the dog.
It would be way bigger than the dog. It would be massive. You can take a look. I'll put this up on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com during the break.
Bernie's really getting the ultimate shout out for this 8th birthday, though.
Why?
He's getting a radio birthday shout out.
Oh, yeah. You took it further.
You're putting it on See It Now.
Bernie's a big deal.
Bernie, word got round, buddy. Your birthday is a big one. And he looks like a Frenchie, so this might be the end of the line for old Bernie.
Oh, my gosh.
He's 56 in dog years.
Well, how long does a Frenchie live for? Not very long, right?
I don't know.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
I'll find out for you.
I could ask TNJAI, but it might be slower. How long does a French bulldog live for? It's probably, I think 8 years might be mega elderly in that world.
French bulldogs typically live for around 10 to 12 years.
Okay.
With good care, some can live even longer.
That's not bad. 10 to 12 years.
It was weirdly ominous at the end.
With good care.
Some can live even longer.
I'm sure Bernie is well taken care of. If they've got the sign budget.
One would think of. Do you guys do this, folks? Let us know. Do you actually put up things outside to reflect that it's your dog's birthday party, or is that cringe overload? Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode, it's going down, and I don't know who's doing it, but it's going to be epic. It's going to be next level. It's going to be extraordinary, and it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This week on The Jim Colbert Show, we got prizes, tickets to AC/DC and John Mulaney, plus $1,000 each hour. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting the return of showers and thunderstorms. The first half of our day will be on the dry, warm, and windy side. We'll see those rain and storm chances, though, pick up, especially over the course of the early to mid-afternoon hours. So say by about 3 and 4 o'clock, a lot of these will begin to develop. And as that sea breeze kicks in, we'll only see those chances increase as the afternoon and evening wears on. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by the 47 Morning Update.
If you voted for Donald Trump, then you've got to start your day with the 47 Morning Update with me, Ben Ferguson. All the headlines from Trump's Oval Office, it's quick, it's bold, and it's unfiltered. So download the 47 Morning Update now wherever you get your podcasts.
Joe Rossi from Greenway Kia here. Tariffs are hitting the auto industry hard, but we're ready. We loaded up on...
Oh, my. Folks, I got my Zoltar to unbox, but I gotta wait for Courtney. Put it right here. Precariously hanging off the edge. Let me show you. I don't want to open it without her, because she was the one who found this. Next episode coming in a bit. Yeah. This thing is cool. It came from Hollywood, California. Get the rope. Nightbot's been blowing it with the keywords lately. I don't know. Maybe the bot is a little out of it. It's doing its best though. Just listen at the top of the hour for the keywords and do what they tell you to do. Zig when they say zig, zag when they say zag. Hello, Landscape. Hello, everybody else. Hello, everybody on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated. We got about 3 minutes left. And then we're coming back to the next episode. And you could place your bets on whether or not Josh will continue his streak of 20 next episodes that all include a story about Jennifer Lopez. Will that happen? I would put money on it. I would put money on there being a Jennifer Lopez story in the next episode today. And folks, everybody who's had the podcast skipping problems, please go listen to the emergency pod about the podcast skipping. It's so funny because one of you trolled me, and I hate you for it. Hang on, I'll show you. One of you trolled me. Somebody sent me this. Hang on. So I put out the podcast about the podcast skipping, and they sent me this.
Hey, I hope you haven't. Hey, listen. And if I say, hey, does and some people, or hey, listen to the show at CD. Oh, about this, it's not on the radar. Comparison. It would be like at the movie theater. There's 7. If you're not having any problem with this, you can move on if you like.
So they sent a recording of the podcast skipping emergency episode, skipping all over the place. And I said, please, God, tell me this isn't real. And they're like, no, the podcast has never skipped on me ever. And I'm like, thanks a lot. Real helpful. Really, really helpful. I appreciate you guys. Just useful information. Zoltar unboxing coming soon.
Maybe in the next commercial break or so, but pretty soon here. We'll see what's inside. Coming back. Thank you, sir.
Into 2 for $5 street tacos, 2 for $5 drinks, and much more. 4 days of flavor, all for just $5. Only at Tijuana Flats.
All about the presets.
That is the best new feature. It's like a car radio right on the app. There's a list of what's trending. There's all the podcasts. I love it.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
iHeartRadio.
Don't get suckered into the same old free phone game by Big Wireless. There is a better way. Pure Talk, my sponsor, my wireless company, has a better offer. A brand new free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan for $35 a month. You get unlimited talk, unlimited text, 15 gigs of data, all on America's most dependable 5G network. Just dial pound 250, say the keyword Pure Talk for your free Samsung Galaxy with qualifying plan. Pure Talk, wireless by Americans for Americans.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Here, this year is just flying by. It's so weird to even think about that we're almost or approaching halfway through 2025, and this year is just flying by, at least for some of us. Let us know what's on your mind. We're going to get to the next episode in a second, but you can send in a dispatch at any time. Video or audio dispatch is welcomed at thenewsjunkie.com. Trump retweeted himself, and for Cinco de Mayo, he said, "This was so wonderful." 9 years ago today, and it was him on Cinco de Mayo taking a picture with his taco bowl. His taco bowl.
About that.
He said, "The best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower Grill. I love Hispanics." I love the Hispanics. And Hispanic friends. Actually, scratch that. Let's go more focused. Mexican friends. Mexican friends. Over on the podcast, live stream, chat, wherever you are. Taco bowls. You guys do those anywhere? You guys do a taco bowl? Because I don't think you do. I don't know that the Mexicans do. And I hate to say this, Mexicans, even though I appreciate your food, I'm more of a Tex-Mex fan than I am a Mexican food fan.
When you say Taco Bell, are you talking about the bowl being the shell, like that?
No,
or are you just talking about in general?
Taco bowl, like where you get a salad, the shell is the bowl of the taco, and then you eat the salad in the taco bowl around it. Do you think Mexicans eat those? I don't know that they do.
I think that's an American invention.
It feels like it, doesn't it?
Like a California thing.
Yeah, like some fat ass in California was like, let's take all these glorious ingredients and let's deep fry a bowl. Because that's a very American thing to do.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Like a bread bowl for your soup. It's like, how can we make this fatter? What can we do here? And that's what it seems like to me.
Is it healthy? Of course it's healthy. It's a salad, isn't it?
You bet your ass. This is real good for you here. Now, I don't feel like this is something in Mexico. But anyhow, Cinco de Mayo for everybody. He says, "I love Hispanics. Happy Cinco de Mayo," says Trump.
I'm surprised he's not wishing happy Cinco de Mayo to all the people that he hates, like he's done with now Easter and May the 4th, which was the most ridiculous, also cringe thing. Josh sent us the picture yesterday, and I was like, "Oh, that's funny," but I didn't see that it was an actual Instagram post from the White House with like that whole caption. Did you read it, Sean?
No, I didn't read the caption. Let me bring this up. It's real Donald Trump, I think, right, on Twitter.
No, it's the White House.
The White House.
At White House on Instagram.
At White House. I'm assuming it's on all their profiles, too. This is going to be one that was about May the 4th, you're saying?
Yeah.
They posted the taco bowl on the White House profile as well. And, man, they post quite a bit. They're very frequent posters over here. I'm going to find this. So they did it for the May the 4th be with you, the Star Wars thing?
If you go to Instagram.com/White House, it's on there. But it says, Happy May the 4th to all, including the radical left lunatics who are fighting so hard to bring Sith Lords, murderers, drug lords, dangerous prisoners, and well-known MS-13 gang members back into our galaxy. You're not the rebellion. You're the empire. May the 4th be with you.
This one right here?
Yeah. Except that
AI ripped Trump with a what I want to say laser blade, but that's not the name.
Lightsaber. Laser blade.
I'm sorry, I don't know Star Wars stuff. Okay.
Well, then you don't know the thing that Josh and so many others have just deliciously pointed out, that he mentions Sith Lords. And he's holding the lightsaber that a Sith Lord would hold because only the evil people have red lightsabers.
Wouldn't that kind of be inconvenient in an intergalactic war?
Why?
If it was so clear what team you were on based on your laser color, you're like, your lightsabers were a certain color. Don't you want to blend in? And they go, I don't know if this guy's a good guy or a bad guy. And then boom, sneak up on him. Wouldn't that offer some sort of strategic advantage?
Listen, I didn't write the series.
You can't answer these simple questions that I'm asking you right now about the Star Wars universe?
They have other ways of blending in.
Yeah, they have Jedi mind tricks, bro.
What's a Jedi mind trick?
These are not the droids you're looking for. That kind of thing.
All right, forget it, man. I don't know.
You don't get it.
I don't know Star Wars stuff.
They have laser blades.
The laser blades is a great way to describe what I'm looking at here.
Right,
it's
except for it already has a trademark name.
Yeah, it does. Lightsaber. I would argue laser blade is better, but it's over with. The battle is over. It's lost. So there you go. They posted that on their social media platforms, and the White House getting wild on social with all like the boomer memes.
Mm-hmm.
Strategy going to work?
And the fake Drudge Report. And
yeah. I don't know if any of this is going to be successful, but we'll see. Tell us what you think. Send us a dispatch. All right, Josh, you ready?
I guess so.
How do you know it's Josh?
Yeah.
It's all the confidence I'm looking for. Please, when with Josh here, have you done the next episode?
It's been a while.
Is today the day?
It's not.
God. See, I knew when I woke up this morning, not everybody was going to make it in. And then I knew Josh was going to be doing the next episode.
Your heart of hearts.
So I knew we couldn't make it through a week with everybody all here. So I knew that had to happen. And then now I know there's one more thing that's inevitable in this next segment. And we'll see if that pans out. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Oh, look at that sweet Latin booty.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode.
Bro.
Me. That's festive for the day.
True.
Makes a lot of sense.
I couldn't dig long enough to find him doing some sort of Mexican voice. So this is the next best thing. Yeah, I know that's there somewhere.
Close enough. And you know who else is a cool guy? I lost my segue somewhere in there. That mortgage guy, Don.
That's right. If you are renting or you own a home and you want to get more equity out of it, or you just want to move into another home and you want to get a really good rate, you go to thatmortgageguyDon.com and you use the compare quote calculator where he could probably lower your rate. He gets like wholesale rates. Like he goes to like Mortgage Costco and just buys a big pallet of mortgage rates. That's
awesome.
It's exactly how it works. Just to the T. And but he will demystify the mortgage business because it's a confusing lake to swim through. But Don's got the boat.
What color is his
Captain
laser
Don.
sword?
Green. Yeah, because he's a
Green?
good guy. He's a Jedi.
See?
He's the mortgage Jedi. And you go to thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
And we get right into it. This guy.
Puff Daddy.
His jury selection started today. How
Yeah.
exciting. I know we talked about it briefly with Amy, but what she didn't mention was that the judge was making all sorts of jokes at the beginning of this trial. Comparing the
Jokes about what?
He's comparing the size of the list of prospective jurors that both sides will question to the famously vast Lord of the Rings trilogy of novels, because I guess the list is just that incredibly long.
I think I read
to find jurors.
that they have a pretty large jury pool, and they were doing like 50 at a time to try and whittle down this list. Something crazy like that. It's going to be hard.
Yeah.
How many people is a federal jury larger or same size or?
I think it's the same standard size jury.
I'll look it up.
Thank
How
you.
many?
They say the jury selection is expected to take several days. That feels like an understatement, but I guess we'll find out.
A grand jury is 16 to 23 members, but that's not what we need.
No,
this is just
federal
a trial.
petite jury, 12 members in criminal cases. Yeah, 12 members. All right.
Wow. And this guy.
One that's not so petite.
Diddy.
No, the other guy in the song, Mace.
Oh.
Mace.
Has been asked if he's going to the Diddy trial to sit in the audience. This came up on his It Is What It Is podcast with Cameron, because everyone has a podcast now.
Yep.
And he says the fans can vote whether he goes to Diddy's trial or not.
Speaking of that, subscribe to Casual Shadows.
Oh,
And
yeah. It's still
make sure-
running.
It's been a while. Got to revive that.
Yeah, maybe. Bill Maher says politics and wokeness are ruining Gen Z's dating pool. That guy knows about getting laid, I guess.
What does he know about how much and how often and how the dating pool looks like for Gen Z?
Well,
does he know?
I'll tell you this. Apparently, he waited months because the last season of Love is Blind has been done for a while now. But on a new episode of Real Time with Bill Maher, he called out a certain couple that was on there, Sarah Carton and Ben Mazenga.
Love him.
Love him to death. Their big sticking point in splitting up their relationship in the end was that she was super woke in her politics and he had no idea what she was talking about half the time.
Okay.
She got mad at him because he, quote, hadn't thought about the Black Lives Matter movement. So Bill Maher says this attitude is keeping the youths from getting laid.
Was this a white person?
They're both white.
Okay, there is nothing more, and I wonder how, honest to God, just like regular old black folks think about this. When you see the white person that's so over the top, Black Lives Matter. Like I saw a guy driving around, his entire back window of his car this weekend, he's on the interstate, is Black Lives Matter, the whole thing. And you drive up, and it's the whitest dude you ever seen in your life. Like, how much of that is it? You said the N-word a lot, didn't you? Yeah, there's some internal guilt that's flowing through your system here, sir.
Trying to undo all that a little bit.
I have a friend that's going through the online dating journey and has been sending me and my wife some screenshots of some of the different characters that she encounters on some of these apps. I swear sometimes I'm like, did this guy lose a bet?
What is it? What was that?
Because it was just like, oh, here's one of the things I'm good at. Pounding, like
what?
Orgies, multiple orgasms. And you're
This is what dating apps are like now?
And I go, is there a woman that swipes on that one in a positive way? Like, is he just weeding out? Is this like the Nigerian print scam misspelling stuff? You know, he's just weeding out until he finds the person that's okay with this kind of presentation.
I wouldn't put that out there because whoever it brought in, whoever like got caught in that spider web, I'm going to let that person down. Like if there's a woman that's like, yes, absolutely. This is the profile I'm looking for. I'm like, all right.
This guy is not the Iron Chef of pounding.
No.
This guy might be, though.
What do you mean?
Justin Bieber.
Justin Bieber, in the internet's quest to prove he's into drugs or something, has been photographed taking a hit off what appears to be a very, very large bong as he's hanging out in the mountains with an Australian singer, Eddie Benjamin, and another dude who we don't know because the story just calls him another dude.
I don't see why this is news anymore when celebrities get shown taking a hit off a bong or a joint or something.
There's a photo
Justin Bieber,
of it.
I know, but like Justin Bieber was posting those himself.
Yeah, here he is right here. It looks like he's hitting on like a big old glass bong.
Giant bong. And then there's another one where he's just standing there awkwardly while his buddy smokes a cigarette. All the comments were mad at him for smoking weed. Someone said, all I see is a couple of potheads. Always thought at Justin Bieber was better than that. You're not setting a good example for your young fans. Your standards appear low.
Nice place to smoke weed.
I agree.
Yeah,
true. And I don't know why they go on this. Always thought Justin Bieber was better than that. This is the guy that had sex workers sign NDAs in Colombia for like 2 years straight. But
Same. Same.
Yeah, I mean, who wouldn't? And finally,
you know what? Let's take a quick break.
Okay.
Save that last story. You have another story?
I have like 4 more stories.
Okay, save them. We'll work those in when we come back. We were a little behind. We got to talk about Trump going versus Hollywood. How do you do this? Can you tariff a movie? Is that possible? Would you download a car? Would you tariff a movie? What's happening here? And this guy that went after the police after they shot his son. Wait till you hear what happened in that case. That plus what we got left over from the next episode. Coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's back. The 2025 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival, May 13th through the 26th in Lock Haven Park. Tickets available now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, Let's
go, Mike. I feel rude for cutting off Josh's next episode. I feel bad, but it had to be done. We're staring down a break. That doesn't matter for you guys, though, because here we are. Cosidia says Trump is trying to be the Pope. Did you see his picture? It's a fine line between trolling and what's serious anymore. It's very hard to determine. The Pope thing is clearly trolling to me. I don't know why we're doing that. But yeah, the Pope thing is trolling to get people to react and keep a conversation going. The strategy is something. I don't know if it'll work. But then some of the other stuff, I don't know if it is trolling. Like Greenland, Canada. Is that trolling? Is that chaos negotiations? I don't know. It's very annoying and frustrating, and it sends people over the edge to have this setup that we have where Trump goes at the media full force, and then the media just goes after Trump full force, and then it becomes everything. But at least I feel like we're doing it this time without so much of like the racism, sexism, homophobic, all those allegations. Because that really divides people. I think now it's just a pretty clear-cut fight between people who go, you know what, I'm right of center, and people who go, you know what, I'm left of center. And those people just hate each other. Gulf of America, that wasn't a troll, though. That one you could do, it turns out. Buzz says he believes the thing he thinks he says, and others say he's trolling. I think some of the stuff he knows he's trolling. Like with the Pope thing, somebody asked him about the Pope thing, and then he said, you know, I think I'd be the best Pope. And then he's like, nah, I don't really have a choice. I don't have anybody that I've picked. He doesn't want to be the actual Pope. He's not trying to be the actual Pope. He's just doing whatever his thing is. I don't think that's him actually trying to do it, and then just it doesn't happen. I think some of it is legitimate trolling. I think he actually makes jokes on purpose. I think he's doing that on purpose. Resented Buffalo says, I never get to see you roaming around. It's genuinely refreshing. This is what we do. Skull Mike Squad, baby. I almost want to open up the Zoltar. My Zoltar that I got. But do you think Courtney will get mad? Should I wait to open up the Zoltar and do an unboxing for you guys now? Or should I wait till Courtney gets back? Unbox now or unbox later? Unbox now or unbox later? Let me know. Unbox now and deal with Courtney going, what the hell? Why'd you open it before me? Or unbox later and then not get yelled at. Although I don't know that she'll really be mad. Later? Later be a gentleman? You guys are a bunch of pussies. Bunch of pussies. Check me out. Halfway opened it. What are you going to do about it? Huh? What are you going to do about it? Halfway opened it. Who does tough guy shit like that? She's not here right now, and I just halfway opened the Zoltar box. Kind of badass. You said I'm live? Gunny says don't care. Gunny, if you don't care, that's fine. But don't piss on our party over here, okay? I'm excited for Zoltar. I want to open up. I want to see what's inside Zoltar. And it's going to be a little side quest for me today. If you don't like it, suck my finger. Dick. Why is Sean filling his house with robots? Is it a robot? I mean, it moves around. It feeds out like your what's it called? Your fortune. It does that. So it's kind of a robot. I would agree. It's kind of a robot. All right, we're coming back.
Sound system or the new Mirage, 43 miles per gallon, lifetime warranty starting at only $15,900. Plus, I've got over 200 certified used cars. But hurry, pre-tariff prices won't last long. I'm RC Hill. See all my rides at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock.
Is on. And if you're celebrating, enjoy. Tip back a margarita. Do your thing. Live your life. And get through the week. That's the goal always. And we're here to help you do that. Subscribe to the podcast over at thenewsjunkie.com. Podcasters, there's an emergency podcast that was released this weekend. And for a tiny portion of you, it will be useful information. That's the kind of narrow casting I am up to these days. Broadcasting to dozens of people that have this very annoying problem and looking to get your feedback. So check that out if you're a podcast skipper. Not meaning that you skip the podcast or that you're listening to a podcast on a boat, but meaning if you listen to the podcast and it skips while you're doing so. Sealand has made the dating pool sound really fun with his tales of somebody he knows going through the process of dating out there.
Oh, man, I found the screenshot. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Do people just put this stuff on their profiles? They just put that out there?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand this world. How are you going to rope anybody in? And if you are, they're going to be weirdos, right? It's going to be weird people. Somebody said, hey, we'll see what he gets. Can we show it or no?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
It's questionable.
I don't know if it has any identifying information on it, but they have these little like prompts. And it's like the last note I wrote on my phone says this, or I'll never forget the time this.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy says, I'll never forget the time F 4 girls at one time, giving each one the most orgasms in one night that has ever seen. Hallelujah.
Bro, no way. Why even promise that? You're not going to be able to live up to it.
Two chicks at the same time.
This one I don't think actually is a note in his phone, but it says, the last note I wrote on my phone says, I made her in 5 minutes 2 times last night.
Cool.
Maybe it works. Maybe there's some women out there that are going, yes, this is what I'm looking for. This is exactly what I wanted. Thank God you sent this to me. The dating world in 2025, quite the place to be. We have a couple leftover stories because I cut short the next episode with Josh.
Oh, does that mean it's part 2?
In rude fashion, yeah.
Oh.
Episode-aloo.
More next episode. Here's some more, and here's how it goes. Never get to use that.
Boom.
I've never had that for me before, so that's fun.
Today's the day. Congrats.
Yes, sir. This lady...
Spice Lady.
Yes,
Spice
Spice
Girls.
Lady. Posh Spice is correct, and it was her husband's birthday over the weekend.
Oh.
You know her husband, right?
You royally confused me by calling it Lady, and then I was like, well, it's not Britney Spears. Like, I'm trying to just think of one person.
Right,
Mess with me.
the main Spice. Posh
Is
Spice.
she the main Spice?
Victoria Beckham, yes.
She's the most famous.
She's the first of the 5 spices?
Mm-hmm.
Or 11 herbs and
Couple
spices.
herbs, yeah. There too.
David Beckham turned 50 in style, throwing a lavish party over the weekend, but 2 of his family members were absent amid ongoing family drama. That star-studded shindig went down Saturday night at the Michelin star restaurant Core, never heard of it, in London's upscale Notting Hill.
What a plebe. I've been there 5 times already.
I didn't know.
Tired of the menu at this point.
I believe you.
A little bit much.
But anyway, who was there was Victoria Beckham, previously mentioned. Tom Cruise, who allegedly brought his alleged new girlfriend, Ana de Armas, Eva Longoria, Gordon Ramsay, and director Guy Ritchie for some reason.
Nice.
Probably English people are all friends, I think. On hand were the couple's younger children, Romeo Cruz and Harper, but the person missing was one Brooklyn Beckham, who is, I guess, their oldest son, and his wife, Nicola Peltz is his wife's name.
So
Brooklyn is a boy's name?
Yes.
Yeah. They're having family infighting? Go?
Brooklyn and his younger brother, Romeo, are not on speaking terms due to Romeo's relationship with Kim Turnbull, who briefly had a romantic history with Brooklyn years ago. These names are hard to
What
keep
is
saying.
happening? There's so much drama in this family.
This is like that story I had last time about the Wayans family interdating their various girlfriends. So I guess Brooklyn and Romeo are feuding over Romeo dating Brooklyn's girlfriend or something.
Wow.
Anyway, happy 50th, David Beckham.
There he goes.
During the Kentucky Derby over the weekend, Mike Tirico had to step away from the broadcast. I don't know if you saw that at all.
No, what happened to him?
They said he had a mystery illness at first. NBC sports anchor Ahmed Farid took over the broadcast in the 3 p.m. hour and said, Mike, as you may have heard, is a little under the weather right now, but he did not elaborate any further. It came out later that Mike had eaten something and suffered a reaction to a nut allergy, and he had to stop broadcasting.
Oh, no.
Which is definitely something he already knew he had. So whoever was providing the food for the broadcast team, that is not a great look.
They try to take him out. They try to get this guy. And his throat starts closing up. He can't talk, and he has to leave the damn Kentucky Derby broadcast.
Well, he survived, so good for you, Mike Tirico. Sorry you
Thank
had to
God.
miss your broadcast. Ryan Seacrest is being sued.
No.
I know. He's our guy, you know.
Oh, I mean, yeah, win, Seacrest.
Yeah, for allegedly promoting illegal gambling. A lawsuit claims Seacrest is breaking California law by promoting an illegal online casino. He's being sued by one California resident named Aubrey Carrillo, who allegedly lost money in an online casino Ryan often promotes on social media. In the lawsuit, she claims ChumbaCasino.com is operating illegally in California, and Ryan is serving as the operation's official celebrity endorser.
I'm sorry, but like sometimes just based on the name of something, if you dump your money into it and you don't get what you were expecting out,
It's hard to feel sorry.
That's
okay,
kind of on you.
Mhm.
She claims Ryan is promoting illegal gambling by posting paid advertisements for Chumba on social media. As a result, she also claims he's contributing to the rise of online gambling addiction amongst adults and adolescents. And they say at least one child in their family
bitch, gamble better. Like, it's not Ryan Seacrest's fault.
One of her kids got on there. That's kind of on her, I would think.
Yeah, you got to watch out. It's tough these days.
You can't. Can you sue somebody for breaking the law if they didn't do anything to you?
Our attorney Moses DeWitt has told us you can sue for almost anything in America. You can do it.
One of the sources close to the situation claims it's a nuisance lawsuit. A spokesperson for Chumba Casino tells...
I think anybody who's getting sued would claim that.
Mostly,
It's a nuisance.
Well, you know what? Honestly, it's a pretty strong suit, but we're going to do our best. We're going to see what we can do here.
We're going to get in there and fight. A spokesperson for Chumba says that it operates a social casino in strict compliance with all applicable laws and regulations. The lawsuit has no merit, and Chumba will vigorously defend its legal right to operate its business.
Good luck.
The rep adds our brand ambassador Ryan Seacrest is not involved in the operation of Chumba's business and is unfortunate he's been unfairly targeted as part of the suit.
They also said that if they get knocked down,
that they'll get up again.
They'll get up again.
Mm-hmm. Chumba.
I'm
Wumba
leaving.
Casino.
I'm not above leaving the show today. I'm not above.
Oh, but then you'll miss this story.
What's happening
about this guy?
Okay.
One of his bicycles.
Couldn't play the
from,
tequila song?
Whatever, man. It's the theme from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. One of the bikes sold at auction for how much do you think?
Oh, Pee-wee bikes that's a big prop
it
right
was
there.
One of only 14 created for the film. It was a screen-used prop.
Interesting.
$70,000, Josh.
$70,001.
And it goes to Chris because it sold for $125,000.
Woo!
Damn. One of 14 screen-used bicycle props for Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. Good for you. Good for the bike people. Good for this gal.
Oh, Jennifer Lopez.
Yes, her husband Ben, who it seems all the stories are about him now and not her. Someone is saying what he's looking for in a new bride-to-be or perhaps girlfriend, saying she must be independent, strong in her convictions, and understand that Ben's sobriety has to come first. Someone sober would be ideal, but it's not a priority.
if he was just with some crazy-ass wine mom just drinking a bottle a night, that might be more difficult.
Also, I think it also helps out if you have been previously married to Ben Affleck.
Yeah, it does.
Increases your odds a little bit.
Right on the expressway,
So
if that's the case.
If you fit that description, give old Benjamin a call on the boob tube. Below deck down under, on Bravo. I guess that's the Australian one. E is live on the red carpet at the Met Gala. The Playboy murders are on I don't know the name of this channel. ID, Investigation Discovery, I don't know. Whatever,
His brain
dude.
is going into
engineers to
vacation
come in and
mode.
reboot Josh.
The Met Gala is tonight. That's pretty much it. No one cares about the rest of the TV on a Monday.
Met Gala.
Thank you. God bless.
I gotta tell you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
No, that's it. That's it.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I thought they weren't showing up today.
Yeah.
I thought they left after the first segment.
They seem happy enough. They
should be.
I want to tell you, the Met Gala is terrible, and everybody that goes is terrible. Hate everybody at the Met Gala. Hate all these people who go up there and they spend $75,000. Every year they do it. And it's one of the very, very, very few things that Courtney and I don't see eye to eye on. I go, the Met Gala is stupid, and all these outfits they wear are stupid. And she likes that kind of fashion. If somebody shows up on the red carpet and they've got like some elaborate, weird, twisting outfit that is impossible to wear, has no functional uses whatsoever, and the art world is only cool because you've made it weird and put a fat person in it or something. Like, I don't get it. I don't like it. I don't get it. It's one of the things we disagree on. But yeah, the Met Gala, where all the celebrities pretend like they're just like you and me.
Was that the one where Kim Kardashian wore Marilyn Monroe's dress that one time and people were mad because her hips were tearing it?
I think so. I think they were mad about that. Then you always have somebody wearing something ridiculous. I think AOC wore like a tax the rich dress before, which is hilarious because you're with the people who are saying this, and you're like, you all have the same politics, you and everybody else there. Nobody disagrees. There's like not one Republican in sight at the Met Gala, okay? I don't know if a Republican could walk through the doorway of the Met Gala without just vanishing into thin air. I don't think it will happen. It seems fairly rare, but here we are. Let's talk about this real quick. There's a guy, Rodney Hinton Jr. is his name. Woo. And Rodney was very upset. I don't know if I can play the audio from this, but here's what happened. 38-year-old Rodney Hinton Jr., his son was shot and killed by Cincinnati police. All right, his son was a teenager, was shot and killed by Cincinnati police. There was an incident where these officers were chasing after a car, and the car then I think ran from the officers, and then Rodney Hinton Jr.'s son pulled out a gun, 18-year-old Ryan Hinton, and was shot twice and killed by police. They said he did not fire a round, they checked, but he did have a gun, and the cops said that they pointed the weapon at them, and that's why they fired back and ended up killing him. And then the dad got so mad that after the dad heard the cops killed his son, he went and drove around and found a cop and plowed into him with his car and killed him.
Oh, okay.
Just found a cop, just like a random cop, and just plowed into him. And then look what happened when they arrested him and they did the perp walk. He's walking by the cops and like mean mugging all the cops. I'm going to turn it down just in case he curses, but he was walking by each cop one by one and like mean mugging the cops and talking to their faces as he went down the line. And obviously the cops don't like him. He doesn't like the cops. The cops killed his 18-year-old kid. They say they're justified in doing so. Then he killed one of the cops. So obviously the cops aren't going to like the cop killer guy. What a mess, man. So man who fatally struck deputy is the father of teen killed by Cincinnati police the day before, and now he finds himself behind bars awaiting charges on that. We got more like that in jury duty on the way. We'll peek into the Diddy trial, see what's happening there. When we come back, we got Bill Belichick. He's still making some headlines. And can you really put a tariff on a movie? Can you tell Hollywood, hey, if you film a movie outside the United States, we're going to put a tariff on that? Do you put a tariff on like the movie film that's coming back into the country? I don't know how you do this. So we'll see if they can do that and if it's going to happen. And if this is Trump versus Hollywood, we'll get to you. A whole bunch of dispatches are coming. And we got a bunch of clips to play. We're loaded up for Bear on a Cinco de Mayo. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is
Monsters in the Morning.
Try it with Angel. Try it with Angel. Holmesy.
What?
You know what?
So uncomfortable.
I want to let you know. I appreciate a lot of things that you do. I love you, man.
Yeah, you're the man, dude.
That's all you got.
I got goosebumps. I hate it.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
There's a crash slowing down traffic in both directions where State Road 33 meets Glenwood Street. Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder on the beach line near Goldenrod Road there. Traffic's starting to slow down on I-4 through the city, and you could expect your regular delays on I-4 between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Lowe's helps refresh your garden for Mother's Day. Get 5 bags of 1.5 cubic foot Scott's Naturescapes mulch for $10. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 5/7. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Discount taken at time of purchase.
Come on in, pull up a seat. Let me tell you about something amazing. Something that could help you out. If you've had pain, you don't have to be that old for this, but just your back, your neck, all the other parts, a little creaky, a little bit painful, and you don't want to go through the troubles of surgery for something like this, QC Kinetics is going to help you out. You'll forget all about those issues. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in non-surgical relief for joint pain. You can do this. We've got over 50,000 satisfied patients that will tell you, yes, it's possible. People with knee and back pain now living pain-free. It works for some of you. Shoulder and hip pain gone, and the consultation is free. So no risk here for you. If you've got neck pain, if you've got shoulder pain, if you've got hip pain, if you're feeling this stuff, if your joints are achy, if you're feeling that way, you can reach out absolutely for free with a consultation at QC Kinetics. This is really impressive stuff. It is no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. It is an all-natural cellular level option with lasting relief for you. You're going to feel better. The consultation, as I said, is free. Imagine doing all the things you want to do this summer without being slowed by that down by that awful joint pain in your knees or your back or whatever. Just feel better. QC Kinetics, give them a call and learn more so we can see how they can help you live your best life. For that free consultation, call 689-244-7980. Try something different. Get helped out like these other folks. 689-244-7980. It's QC Kinetics.
Mom packed your lunches, carpooled like a champ, and never once left you at soccer practice. Pay her back with her favorite cocktails on demand. The Bartesian Cocktail Maker crafts premium drinks at the touch of a button. No mess, no measuring, just bar quality bliss in under 30 seconds. Skip the flowers, skip the robe. This year, give her something she actually wants. That's the one. Get $50 off now through Mother's Day.
No, I didn't open it. I only opened one side. You're all sweating. I'm not sweating. You don't think it's intense in here? You don't appreciate my job.
Box in a box.
It is a box in a box. All right, come on out, Zoltar.
You should just put it upside down.
Put it like this. Oh. All right, got it. Box in the box. Zoltar speaks. Where'd you find this thing? Instagram? From New Wave. Not a sponsor. Whoa! Box in a box in a box.
Box in a box. And a wrapper in a box.
Whoa!
Well, you should keep the box.
Zoltar! Okay, I'm going in. There you go. Okay. Speaks all 16 recorded messages. Mini coin operated and free play button activated. Fully animated head, eyes, mouth, and arm. Fortune card dispenser with all 55 fortunes included. Yeah, we should definitely save this box. 1/6 scale Zoltar. Whoa. There's the power cable. Here it is. Oh, whoa. Look.
That's cool.
I'm making so much trash. Hang on, I gotta see how
Well,
much
I'm
time.
just going to put this in here.
So about 90 seconds. Oh, here it is. Stop, pull to set.
Whoa. Wait. Those are all unique ones. So just keep it.
Okay, we'll keep it over here. Put it with this. Oh, I need this. Whoa! Look! Look! Got a little fortune.
Let me see.
It's not charged or anything. Super cool, huh?
I like it.
Okay, we're coming back. I gotta go. Gotta go back.
Gotta go back.
Gotta go. Gotta go back. See you later.
Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and start listening today.
Discover the new Buick SUVs in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Now is your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Check. 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 That's check. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm. Good luck.
Tackling sensitive subjects with unparalleled irreverence.
He makes me seem really lame, honestly, in comparison. We'll talk about who it is in a second. It's not Sealand. It's not Josh. Just for the record. I want to get out ahead of that. I want to get out ahead of that idea right there. I want to get that completely blasted out of people's minds. This guy is a total badass. His name is Tim Friede. Tim Friede. Tim, Friede. And this guy first allowed himself to be bit by a venomous cobra in 2001. So he's got a cobra and he lets the venomous cobra bite him back in 2001. His whole thing was the aim of building up his own immunity so that he could be immune to snake bites and snake venom. Over time, his goal broadened. He wanted to raise awareness for snake bite treatment and prevention. Over 140,000 people die of snake bites each year. That's crazy.
That was a bigger number than I would have thought.
Me too. 140,000 people die every year from snake bites, and 450,000 are seriously injured. Josh, Sealand, you guys ever been bit by a snake at all?
No, sir.
No.
Thank
Yeah,
God.
I mean, me either. Only little ones that couldn't do much damage. Fried experienced...
You've been bit by little snakes?
Little snakes like grass snakes, garter snakes, the ones that you just find around in the woods and stuff.
But you've been bit by one?
Yeah, because we mess with them. We get out there and mess with them and stuff, and then they bite back. You try to whip them. You try to pick them up by the tail and, whip the snake. And don't do that as an adult. I don't do that. But as a kid, I tried that one or two times, got bit. Had it coming. Friede experienced 200 bites from all manner of venomous snakes and injected himself with the venom of 700 specimens. This guy's the guy. Including some of the world's deadliest snakes, he said. He stopped back in 2019. So for 18 years, he put all of this venom in his body, and he wanted to build himself up so he could have immunity. And now they believe, working on a universal anti-venom from this guy's blood. Because of what he's done, they're going to use this guy for antibodies for broad protection from venom. Thanks to the blood, Centovax is the name of the company, created an anti-venom that now shows it offers unparalleled protection against 13 lethal snakes and partial protection from 6 others. If commercialized, it could end up dominating the $600 million market for anti-venom, all thanks to Tim Friede. What an absolute badass.
So he just kind of did the Count of Monte Cristo thing where he takes the venom little by little. So his body builds up a resistance and immunity.
Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that. Hold on, is this guy on YouTube? These are just stories.
That's why vodka can't kill me.
Congratulations.
We can make a vodka vaccine out of your blood.
I knew it could be done. Venom Man, this is him, Tim Friede.
I will not stop doing this until the vaccine is in the field or I die.
Oh God. My gosh. He's all swollen. This is him getting bit.
Against some of the world's deadliest venomous snakes.
So he's just got all these rattlers and stuff, and he will let them bite him. Here he is letting him bite him.
2 bites. Nice.
Nice. Got 2 bites in that one, bro.
Oh, we got a 2-biter here. Hell yeah.
That's awesome. That's really crazy. I mean, it's dumb as hell, but thank God we have dumb people.
So
God.
true.
I'll be praising this guy's name if I ever get bitten by a snake. And then I know Sealand and Josh aren't going to suck out the venom. And if I'm honest with you, sucking out the venom seems like a bad strategy altogether.
Like a Wild West thing. I don't think that really works anymore.
Yeah, then you just end up with the venom in your mouth. Yeah, so one person lives, the other person dies.
Well, I don't think you swallow. I mean,
you can spit it out.
Yeah, you spit it out.
Oh, I feel like you would.
This guy's never sucked venom before.
No, I'm sorry. I don't have a lot of experience. How dare you? Well, that guy, congrats to him, and maybe a lot of lives going to be saved as a result of that. Don't step on those snakes, those green mambas, those cobras, those snakes, the scary ones out there. Be very, very careful. My dad used to tell me
I heard that name somewhere before.
What snakes? What was my dad used to tell me about the 3-step snake? Is that right? Or did I make that up?
I've never heard of a 3-step snake.
Euphemism.
Yeah.
3-step snake. 3-step snake.
Step 1, I'm unzipping my pants.
You asshole. No, it's a real thing. 3-step snake is any highly venomous snake. And the idea, of course, being that you will only make it 3 steps after one of those snakes bites you.
That makes sense.
Yeah, which is not true, but it's definitely a thing that I heard my dad used to talk about. Although my dad didn't go to Vietnam, so I don't know how I was blabbing. Nor did he ever get bit by a snake that I saw. But
he was a Marine, though.
He was a Marine, and he knew that coral snake rhyme better than anybody else. I always screwed it up. I still do to this day. Red touch yellow, pat him on the bellow. Red touch black.
Red touch yellow, kill
Jack.
a fellow.
Red touch black, pat him on the back. Something like that.
Red touches yellow, kill a fellow. Red touches black, friend to Jack. And Jack
I'll screw
only.
it up. I'm staying away from all snakes just to be safe for now, at least. President Trump has said he's going to order officials to start the process of imposing 100% tariffs on any movie produced outside the United States. You make your movie outside the U.S., they're going to put a tariff on you. I don't know how you put a tariff on a movie.
Can it be partially produced outside the United States?
It says any movie produced outside the U.S. He says the movie industry in America is dying a very fast death. Other countries are offering all sorts of incentives to draw our filmmakers and studios away from the U.S., which is true. Canada, in particular, the Canucks will say, come on up here. We'll give you some great deals. Some states in the U.S. will do that. It's expensive as hell to film in Canada. And they got more rules than you can shake any snake at in Canada when you want to film stuff. Unions everywhere. Just a mess. This is a conceited effort by other nations and therefore a national security threat. The movies are a danger. It is, in addition to everything else, messaging and propaganda. He said he'd direct the Secretary of Commerce and U.S. Trade Representative to implement the tariff on any and all movies coming into our country that are produced in foreign lands. I don't even know if you can do this. I don't even know if this is possible.
Wouldn't it make more sense just to give the studios tax benefits to film here?
It might, but maybe that's only a state thing. Like,
Yeah,
can you?
I guess.
Yeah, I guess you might be able to give some federal tax benefits, which would be smarter.
I think we had incentives in Florida till Rick Scott became governor, so they all went to Atlanta instead.
Yeah, now everybody goes to like the same places to film all the movies. That everybody goes to Tyler Perry's huge production lot in Atlanta, and they film
Where
everything.
he's like got his own White House, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he's got his own White House. He's got his own like zombie type land. He's got like whatever you want to film. Tyler Perry's got a spot for you, and people go there and do it. And they're doing that in all these other countries too. They'll go film in like Poland or different places where it's a lot cheaper, I guess. And they don't have any union rules and stuff to get in the way like they would here quite as much. All right, let's hear from you. Let's get at least a dispatch or two in the way. Here's Shark Bait. Talking about dating apps being gross.
Hey there, junkies. What's going on?
Hey.
So, yeah, I kind of played around on dating apps a couple years ago just to see what the world is like. And it's scary. Why are guys so quick to send unsolicited pictures?
I don't
And
know.
you know what? If you're going to send me a picture, you can at least trim and look a little bit decent. Some people just look all kind of
Bush
grizzly.
snake.
Like, that's so gross. Like, I ain't trying to floss my teeth. Get it together. Oh, okay, bye.
True. It's not asking for much, folks. She's not asking for all that much here. Just to
Trim it
do
up.
a little bit of work would be nice.
Manscaping.
Little bit, right? Here's Dingo with our last dispatch for now.
Yo, what up, news junkie?
What up,
Dingo here. Just
Dingo?
want to chime in real quick about
playa.
Star Wars lore. I don't know everything there is to know about Star Wars, but I do know one thing, that there's a whole lot of people out there that think that the Sith Lords are they're on the right side. I don't know, man. It's a
Really?
whole Galactic Republic. Also, Sean, hey,
yeah,
I want to give you a solid Semper Fi.
Thank you, brother. Semper Fi. Thanks for serving. And you're welcome for me serving as well.
This is so cringe.
What
this little thing that you do?
Why do you always think something is a little thing? It's not a little thing. It's just me being who I am, C-Lane. And I don't think that's
No, it's
that
you
big of a
being
deal.
fake. You're stolen
Being
valor.
fake? What are you talking about? Let me ask you a question.
I just said
Is my
valor.
father stolen valor? Not unrelated to stolen
I
fowler.
was trying not to say
Totally
stolen fowler, and it just came out.
Is my father or is my father not Russ Wasson?
Yes, he is.
He is? Yes. Okay. Did my father, as far as you are aware, serve in the U.S. Marines?
Yes.
I don't know why I have to go over this. I proved my point. My point is right there on display for everybody who knows about this kind of stuff.
How it works.
I don't want to fight this. Look, us military folks that really put a lot of effort into these kind of things, who know what it's like to be in the bushes, hiding out from Charlie, and trying our best to save America in the red, white, and blue. We don't have
You said your
to go
dad didn't
out.
go to Vietnam.
You don't know where he went or didn't go.
You just said your dad didn't go to Vietnam.
On the record, he didn't. Of course, on the record was just like,
he was
My-
on the black budget.
You saw how I said, I was like, my dad didn't go to Vietnam. You know what I mean?
Sure.
He went to Cambodia.
My dad didn't go to Vietnam. So make of that what you will. If you know what I mean. Thank you for your service. You're welcome for mine. When I come back, when we come back even, I went solo for a second.
We're leaving.
There's a beached whale that they're gonna blow up. They're
to
gonna
get
blow
tacos.
up a beached whale. Cinco de Mayo celebration begins now.
Yep.
They're blowing up a beached whale. We got jury duty. We got a really dumb decision in New York to try to keep people safe. Is it gonna work? I want to see what you think about this. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s.
Part of an early November doubleheader. 24/7 Sports ranks Florida State among the 15 top college football programs of all time, finishing ahead of rivals Florida and Miami based on winning percentage. And former U.S. swimmer Gary Hall Jr. had his 10 Olympic medals replaced by the IOC after he lost them in the LA wildfires. I'm Scott Davidson.
At Thrivent, planning your finances is bigger than money. It's a way to support the people, causes, and community you love. Because the most important thing isn't what you're planning for, it's who. Thrivent, where money means more. Connect with us at Thrivent.com.
Why go to just another sports bar?
So I got my Zoltar. Skull mic, people. Gotta save this. I've got the charger. Oh my God, are these the coins? Look at the coins for Zoltar. Look at the coins. Can you even see this? Look how small they are. I'm definitely going to lose these coins. I don't know if that's going to be a smart idea at all. Okay, here's the charger. I don't think it works now, right? No. What's this? Is this? Oh, ow! Ow! What is that? Oh, a volume. Okay. That's probably all the way up, I think. Yeah. All right. It's going to take a little work. I'm going to have to do that off stream. I'm going to have to charge it. Skull Mike people, how are we doing on a Cinco de Mayo? You guys got any big plans today? Anything fun happening? Little Cinco de Drinko, as it were. Uh-oh. There we go. Craziest thing is, they got this beached whale. Right? Massive whale beached. And when they kind of run out of things to do, they don't know what to do with the beached whale, they literally just fill the whale with explosives and blow it up. And I don't know if there's anything else on the planet that they handle that way. Like, I don't know if there's anything else where you go, ah, shit. One of these washed up on the beach. Let's stuff it with explosives and blow it up. Which kind of seems like it would just make more of a gross, stinky problem, but we're going to explore that world and do jury duty right now. We're coming back.
To your pharmacist at the drop-off counter. GoodRx works at over 70,000 pharmacies, including Walmart, Rite Aid, and Walgreens, and it works whether you have insurance or not. It's easy to save. Next time you drop off your prescription, check GoodRx. To start saving today, go to GoodRx.com. GoodRx is not insurance.
Rapid radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
High diving face first into the world's most viral newsroom. This is
Don't make a taco salad for Cinco de Mayo. I didn't even hear from that many Mexicans, and I still think the Mexicans would be like, taco salad? Come on, man. What are you doing here? You got to eat the real Mexican food. And a lot of that stuff is more advanced than I am. I appreciate it. I love it. In fact, we're going to be going, I think, in either June or July to Mexico City, which should be fun and interesting. It's a big-ass city. For those of you who don't know, like Mexico City is, I believe, bigger than New York City. I think it might be the biggest city in North America, or like in the Americas, actually. Mexico City is a very, very big city. It's where most of the population or a big portion of the population of Mexico resides.
It is. Number 2 is New York, 3 Los Angeles, 4 Toronto.
How many people are in Mexico City? 12 mil or something?
23 million.
23 million? Holy cow.
That's a lot of people. New York is 19.2 million.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. So, and by the way, if anybody has been to Mexico City and you got some tips for me, hit me up. Shouts out real quick to our friend in Nashville. And we've got people all over the place who listen to this show. But one of them that's been listening for a very long time, that's been sending in dispatches from Nashville.
was nice enough when I said that Courtney's family was going to Nashville to give me this spreadsheet that he made with all of these places and like plotted them on a map, and it was so nice, so absolutely nice and unexpected of him to do that. I asked for a couple of recommendations and he did that for me. If anybody knows a bit about Mexico City, let us know if you've got a spot that is really good, must visit.
Who was it?
Insecure Walrus.
Okay.
Oh, he gave me a whole list when I went to Nashville. It was super helpful.
Yeah, he gave me like it might have been the same thing where he's got one that he works on, but it was like plotted out on a map. It was filtered by every type of thing you might want to do. It was so damn good. He should sell it as a PDF.
You
support him.
You were shouting out a friend in Nashville, and I thought Peisenberg, but then you said he was helpful, and I was like, no.
I said friend too. Yeah. Let's say some rando Amazon delivery driver probably peeing in the bottle.
Whoa. He's postal Peisenberg now.
Yeah,
that's true.
He's on that government dole.
Taco salad, according to ChatGPT, not a traditional Mexican dish. A Tex-Mex invention likely developed in the U.S. in the mid-20th century. That said, Mexicans do eat enchiladas that might include similar ingredients like lettuce, avocado, tomato, beans, possibly, sometimes some grilled meat, but not what you're thinking.
I can get with that, but I don't think. Yeah, I think it's not really in the spirit of Cinco de Mayo. But Mexicans are so nice. Mexicans are like, despite what the 30-year-old white woman who's screeching on TikTok says, Mexicans are so cool about things like cultural appropriation type stuff, wearing a sombrero, enjoying their holidays, all these things that people will start complaining about online, clutching pearls for. The Mexicans don't care. They love it. They love it. They love to spread what they got with everybody else. And that's why I love them. Let's go into a different world.
Same with the Irish. That's why St. Patrick's Day is so much fun, too.
True.
They don't care.
The folks in Hilton Head are in for a bit of a bang. Let's go down this rabbit hole of when there's a whale that washes up on a beach. Now they kind of don't know what to do with them in some of these cases. And so in this one, they're going to blow up. They're going to blow up the whale. They euthanized these things. And they said euthanasia for this whale is the most humane option, but they needed more euthanasia medication from out of state to decide as the animal. And then at some point, what they do is they load up the whale with explosives because it's just this big ass thing on the ocean, on the beach, and then they blow it up. That's how they get rid of these things. They absolutely annihilate this. Let me see if I can
They've never heard of a sawzall?
How that would take so long.
You'd be there
though.
for weeks.
All right, here is the whale. Oh yeah, it's right on a beach. The whale is just out like 3 or 4 feet, and it ain't going back in the water. This thing is done for. And so this whale, they're just going to load it up with explosives and blow this thing to smithereens. That's how they handle these guys. Let me see if I can find them doing this on YouTube. Let's see here. Hang on. Give me a second. Whale explosion. Whale explodes. They have to have filmed this before. Here we go. This is it. All right. They're loading this one up. It's a big whale. All right. Back up, everybody.
Wait, I don't think they're actually purposely blowing this one up.
You don't think so? What's happening to it?
It says whale explodes as biologist cuts open the carcass.
Oh, no.
So, like, it's too bloated.
Is this like one of the steps in doing it?
Maybe.
Hang on, it's about to happen. He's got like a, what is that? Like a psych?
It looks like.
It's going to blow
like
up
the
on
thing
him,
that
too.
the Grim Reaper has?
Ew, it exploded. I can't even imagine the smell.
Laughing in the background.
I want the actual explosion when they do this on purpose. They load exploding whale compilation? Why? Why is this a thing?
Does it have some fun music in the background?
Look at this.
Making that?
Look what happens to them. They fill up with
a
air.
dead blue whale has washed up on a beach in Canada, causing concerns for locals as it slowly rots and bloats.
Ew! Oh. It turns into one of those things like you see at a summer camp where you sit on one end of it and your
I don't want to get underneath that.
And then it flings you up in the air.
Oh, that thing.
Yeah, what are those like?
I thought you were talking about the parachute that everybody ducks underneath.
No, but kind of like that, but like more like one of those blobs
But
you put on
stinkier.
a lake, and then You jump on the blob and fling your friend off of it?
The 25-meter whale carcass washed up on the western Newfoundland community of Trout River just over a week ago.
Gross.
And the smell is taking its toll on residents.
Let's hear from
It's
them.
getting worse now. It's really getting every day. If the weather every morning up, it'd be really bad.
What? What?
If the weather would be really bad.
Hang on, whale man. Wait, let me go back.
Is there captions? Can we get a caption, please?
I don't know what that guy said.
Getting every day. If the weather every morning up, it'd be really bad.
No idea.
If the weather ever something up, we'd be really bad.
One more time.
Well, it's getting worse now. It's really getting every day. If the weather every morning up, it'd be really bad.
This is what happens. This man lives out in Whaleville. He has not talked to another human being in a very long time. This guy does not interact with other people. And they shove a camera and a microphone in his face and goes, he has to tell his brain, remember how to talk. Live by another day.
It was like Josh at the end of his next episode.
Hey, you shut up.
He did sound like that.
Whatever.
He did.
Man.
They're going to blow up the whale. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing for the folks in Hilton Head. And I'll try to get video of that when it happens. And we'll put it up on See It Now wherever we can. Now, I got these jury duty stories right here. I got them. They're fresh. They're smoking. One of them includes a person who has been missing since 1962 and was just found.
Whoa.
This person was missing since 1962, right? That is what? 40, 65, 63 years?
Nailed it.
63 years this person was missing, and they just found them. What's the story here? We're going to hear that in jury duty, plus what they put in these New York City bodegas. It's supposed to help everybody, but will it? We'll tackle those together. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
The Orlando Fringe starts May 13th. We want to give Fringe performers a chance to promote their shows using the Talkback feature on the free iHeartRadio app during the Jim Colbert Show. 30 seconds of radio time to tell the world why they should come see your show. Get the details at realradio.fm/fringe.
Emergency crews are cleared of an accident, partially blocking the off-ramp from I-4 eastbound to Sand Lake Road. There's a crash, slowing down traffic in both directions on State Road 33 near Glenwood Street. Traffic still slowing down on I-4 through that Lake Buena Vista area. There's congestion at the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike meets the beach line. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by crimeline.org. Give a tip anonymously.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand. You know the deal with our national contest. We'll give you a keyword at the top of every hour from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. And all you have to do is enter it on our website at Real.
I swear to God. I swear to God. These podcast people are like, hey, Sean, when somebody tells you that the News Junkie podcast is skipping, we're going to need more information. We need to know what kind of phone they're using, whether they were on Wi-Fi or a data connection, what podcast they were listening to, what the actual show was, what the time of the skip was, what podcast app they were using at the time of the skip, and also their IP address. So that's all I need to solve this problem that is desperately annoying about maybe 2 to 3%, I think, of the podcast listening audience. That's a fun time. What a good time. I'm going to get my Zoltar charging. We can try this before the show ends. Is it charging? Oh, it's lit up. I don't know. I don't know if that turned it on. I think I gotta let it charge a little bit. Because it's not moving around or anything yet. But I like it. Kevin says, I am in customer service. That is called playing tennis, Sean. Questions back and forth. Playing tennis? Is that what they call it? All right, playing tennis. I'll write that down. It should have a tab somewhere that you have to pull out. It did with the fortune cards. But I don't think there's another tab unless, hold on. No. No, there's a coin collection box. Oh, it's off. It's off. No? I think it might work with a remote. Oh, it works! Oh my God. Okay, I gotta fix that. Oh, this is so awesome. I'll charge it up a little bit more and I'll play it for you. Zoltar. Look at the phone and just call bleep. How's everybody doing on Cinco de Mayo? You hanging in there? I have a question for you, chat, okay? Here's a question for you. Today is Cinco de Mayo, the 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo. For Today I Learned, we always end on some sort of song that is pertinent or exciting or fun or good energy to leave off the show with a good vibe. What's the number one Mexican type song? Mexican-ish song that we can leave the show on? Our final song of the day for Today I Learned. What's the most Mexican Cinco de Mayo song we could do? Mexican radio? I know it. But I don't know if that's going to do it. I think we need more Mexican. A little more Mexican than that. La Cucaracha? Tequila? The Macarena? More Mexican radio? La Bamba? It's by a bunch of gringos? Keep thinking. We got to lock in on something, and we only have 1 hour left. We're coming back.
Don't accept pennies on the dollar. Never sign anything until you speak with me. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit justcallmo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando, an iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
On the bright side, we're not dead yet. You're listening to the news.
Of excitement in the works here. So thanks for hanging out with us on Cinco de Mayo, no less. And this weekend was what is essentially, I guess, the 4th of May. May the 4th be with you is all new, right? That's like new holiday type stuff.
Ish.
And like it's pretty big though for the theme parks and stuff. They do a lot of stuff where they'll get people. I saw some of this and I go, this is incredible. There was one thing where you could sign up to be in a virtual line that would allow you to be in a 2-hour plus regular line that would allow you to buy Star Wars merch for the May the 4th Be With You celebration. I thought, that is terrible. That seems like a lot of hoops to jump through to try to get something done. But will we even call it a celebration or a holiday or anything? What is it?
Sometimes
nobody knows.
Like you don't celebrate it. I mean, just you can like wear Star Wars clothes if you have them, or watch some movies. I threw some on just because they happen to be on TV.
Did you?
Yeah.
You forcing Jackson to watch those Star Wars movies?
No, it's not forcing. He seemed to be fine with it.
Can't tell you yet. I can't wait until Jackson starts to get real vocal, and then you can chat with him, and he's going to tell you like, I don't like this. I do like this. I don't like this. And he gets his own little mind, and he's gonna yell at you and stuff. Woo! Oh, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting times.
The Wikipedia page for Star Wars Day, still calls it Informal Commemorative Day observed. And it says, observance of the day spread quickly through media and grassroots celebration since the franchise began in 1977. It definitely was not a thing when I was a kid.
No, I don't believe so. Or it was very small. It wasn't like a thing known outside of the Star Wars universe. And I am very outside of the Star Wars universe, if you haven't noticed. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, old laser blade over here.
I know it's not a laser blade. You guys told me what it was called. It's called a lightsaber.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, nailed that. And I just learned yesterday, because we were eating a delicious breakfast, and it was because it was May the 4th. They had Star Wars up on the TV inside the place we were at. And I said, oh, I didn't know she was Princess Leia. And it was, what's her face?
Carrie Fisher?
No, the newer one.
Natalie Portman?
Natalie Portman.
Okay,
I said,
that's
I didn't
not
know
the newer one.
All right. I admitted I was out of my depth here. Am I wrong about? Is there an even newer one than that?
There's the sequel trilogy.
She was not Princess Leia.
She wasn't?
No.
What was she?
Queen Amidala or Padme.
Okay, buddies, I'm out of my depth here. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I've never heard of that before right now. I know Chewbacca. I know Pizza the Hut. I know these droids belong to us.
Yeah.
I know.
Who was Harrison Ford playing?
He played Luke.
No.
Yep.
No, he didn't?
No,
he played.
He did not play Luke.
What did he play?
Han Solo.
Han Solo. Oh, I never would have got that.
Whose ship was called the... It's at Disney.
Exterminator is what it was. It was the Exterminator. The Star Blaster. Millennium Falcon.
That's it. Millennium Falcon.
As I was making everything up, I ran into a real one.
You made up the actual answer to that question.
I inched closer. And then the Dark Star is the bad guys, and it like blows everybody up.
As a lot of people are pointing out on chat, Natalie Portman's character was Princess Leia's mom.
Oh, was she? Because they're screwing around with timelines and stuff.
Yeah, because that was from the prequel trilogy. And then Michael Klein, who was confused by your Pizza the Hut answer, has clearly not seen the glorious Spaceballs movie.
Oh, that was Spaceballs. Okay. Pizza Hut is like Jabba the Hutt's knockoff in Spaceballs.
Yes.
That's right. All right, we're going to get into a story that I teased here, but it's inside jury duty, so let's just unwrap this sucker. Here we go. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, and justcallmo.com. Josh Fowler on loan from justcallmo.com today, right before he goes off on his fancy European vacation.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yes. Like the hit National Lampoon's film, European Vacation.
He's making his way over for a European vacation. Are you going tomorrow or?
Yeah, buddy.
Son of a bitch. What a week you're going to have here.
So we borrowed you from Moses on your last day of work.
You did.
Before he pieces out for
Awfully inconvenient for him.
He's a nice guy. Thank God. Sean Diddy Combs, his sex trafficking trial is beginning today. It's underway right now. The Associated Press saying the federal sex trafficking trial of Sean Diddy Combs, the hip-hop entrepreneur, is underway.
It's weird to say that the trial is underway when you're not at opening statements yet. You know, it's it's still they're counting the voir dire process, which is going to be a rather lengthy one, it seems, to try and find a jury of his peers that doesn't have an opinion on this guy or what.
Good luck.
You know, that's going to be a little difficult. But it's weird to just say like that the trial has started, because for me it's like, all right, the jury's picked. Opening statements are ready, like the you know, that's the stuff right there.
Well, opening statements by lawyers and the start of testimony are expected next week. So that's how fast they're starting to move here. Several dozen prospective jurors got a brief description of the sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy charges against Combs from the judge, who reminded them that Combs had pleaded not guilty and was presumed innocent. As the judge spoke, Sean Combs sat with his lawyers. He wore a sweater over a white-collared shirt and gray slacks, which the judge had allowed rather than jail clothing. Combs, 55, has been in a grim federal lockup in Brooklyn since his arrest. His hair and goatee were almost fully gray because you can't dye your hair in jail, and thus he is exposed.
Isn't he not cellmates, but he's in the same prison as or jail as Luigi Mangione, right?
Yeah, I think he is. Yeah, and he was not happy that Luigi was getting lots of attention. Diddy wasn't. Unlike other recent high-profile celebrity trials, Combs' court case won't be broadcast live because federal courtrooms don't allow electronic recordings inside. So courtroom sketch artists will have to serve as the public's eyes in the courtroom. We'll see what happens with Diddy. It's so hard to tell because there's been so many stories and so many like updates on this that I don't know. Like, it looks bad for him, but I don't know if he's going to win or lose.
That's weird that I wonder if that's the actual wording of the law, where electronic recordings, because you could just broadcast it and not record it.
Oh, old school. You can bring back the old school stuff, or even like get a reel-to-reel in there. And
that would be a recording. That would be electronic recording.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. So you wouldn't be able to do any kind of recording. Yeah, you have to just put it out on the air. Yeah. And then you say, we won't put it on our website. Who knows what anybody else will do.
Other people could record it.
Yeah, they're not prohibited. But right now, we just have to rely on the courtroom sketches. And here's the story I told you. A woman, her name is Audrey Backberg. Audrey, Audrey Backberg, Bakkeberg. Audrey disappeared in July of 1962. She has been missing since July of 1962. At the time of her disappearance, she was 20 years old and residing in the city of Reedsburg. Over the years, they've pursued numerous leads to try to figure out where she was, but the case went cold. Earlier this year, the case was assigned to a sheriff's office detective for a comprehensive review, going over these cold case files that they had. Through diligent investigative work, which included a thorough reevaluation of all the case files and evidence, re-interviewing witnesses, and uncovering new insights, they are now able to report Audrey Backberg is alive and well. She's A-OK. They said her disappearance was by her own choice and not the result of any criminal activity or foul play.
Are you allowed to do that?
I guess so. They're not arresting her.
She was a mother of two.
She was a mother of two, and she left her family and everybody else, and she said, I'm not sad that I did it. I'm happy with my decision. And I did it on purpose. There was no criminal activity. I wanted to, on my own choice, disappear. And for all those years, since 1962, she has been hiding in plain sight, they said. Pretty incredible. Then to this, because I teased this, let's pay this off here. They are now helping out the bodegas in New York City. About 500 of them. They've got problems with violence in these bodegas. Lunatics meandering about. People who demand respect. And if you don't do everything they say, we'll stab you. Those kind of folks are throughout the bodegas in New York. And now panic buttons will be installed at about 500 of these bodegas in New York City. A long-sought safety tool. They're going to spend $1.6 million for Silent Shield technology, which is the name of the panic buttons that will be deployed. Silent Shield panic buttons. That seems like, not a great deal for a panic button. What does it have to do? Just have to dial the police when you hit it or something? These are all,
I would think.
Oh, Silent Shield LLC. Oh, no. Oh, they're not secure. How am I supposed to rely on them?
Wait a second.
Their own website doesn't work. SilentShield.com. Should I go forward or
do it?
I'm proceeding.
Don't be a pussy.
I clicked it. SilentShield.com. Their unsecured website that they're bringing us. And they put these things in schools and different facilities. You hit a button, some sort of panic button, and it sends the cops over. Last month, they had 2 employees huddled in a bodega as a knife fight broke out in front of them, and a 24-year-old person was killed. They got violence in these places, and now they hope the buttons are going to fix everything. Godspeed, friend. We'll see if it works for you.
It sounds like a kind of cool system. Like the police will automatically get just straight to the surveillance video instead of having to, ask for the tapes or...
That's smart.
Or
That's
what?
smart. So the cops... So you hit a button... And the cops get beamed a live video from your location?
Yes.
Man.
Which, by the way, they said, 500 of these are getting doled out
500,
here?
yeah.
It seems like 1.6 million is not that much money for what they're offering here.
No. It depends. If these were, they're obviously cheaper than you would imagine because that's a lot of locations that they're going to be putting these things at. But we'll see what happens. Maybe it helps out. It would be really cool to work on the other end of that. Like if you were a cop and all the times whenever they press the panic button, you got to see the live feed.
Yeah.
It's the greatest website ever. I'd stream on that. If that was a Twitch channel, we'd all be jillionaires, for God's sake. Nobody'd be talking about these other guys. It'd be all about that.
I want to be a jillionaire.
Yeah.
One day.
You going to sing the song like Bruno Mars? Not that part. Let's go to a couple of dispatches. Let's see what you got on your mind on a Cinco de Mayo. That means 5th of May. Here's Afrotron.
I know this has nothing to do with what you're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
but can we make a rule on Game of Magnets that there's no magnet acquiring before 5 a.m.?
I hear you.
That would be great.
I hear you.
I leave for my job at 3:30. At 3:45 a.m., somebody at the corner of 520 and US 1 in Cocoa, not Cocoa Beach. Cocoa Beach is the nice part. Cocoa, not a savory part of town, comes, takes my magnet. 3:45 in the morning.
That's too early for Game of Magnets, friends. That's wilding out. But there are no rules, except for the rules that you'll find over at thenewsjunkie.com in the Game of Magnets section. This says, Josh gave me a smooch.
What?
Did you give somebody a smooch this weekend?
Not that I can
He's
remember.
been smooching with everybody.
Snakes.
Hey everybody, happy today.
Hey.
Josh, it was great to see you on Sunday for the live broadcast of Sunday Morning Coming Down. I've actually never been to one of those, but it was a great time out at Dolphins.
Yes.
The vibes were good, the drinks were tasty. It was a great way to wrap up the weekend. And then right back to the BS on Monday. I love you. Goodbye.
No, they don't work here anymore, sir. That's a long time ago.
12 years, man.
Yeah, it's a long time ago that ended.
Good to see you too, Swilly.
There he is.
Did you
Swilly's a
smooch
nice
him?
guy.
I may have, I may not have.
Smooching with everybody.
Oh, somebody who sent a dispatch, hey there, has one of the pieces of merch that you had to wait for yesterday for May the 4th be with you.
She already has it?
Yeah. Whoa. It's like a popcorn bucket that's all lit up.
Is that the Death Star thing?
That is a Death Star, yes.
That is awesome.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's why they got people waiting in line. That's pretty impressive stuff for merch right there. All right, thank you. And you send in your dispatch to join these folks. We'll see what you have on your mind. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now. Big changes for American Airlines. If you fly on American Airlines, they got some big changes that are headed your way.
Non-Americans.
And then we have a whole boatload of clips to go over. Just a grab bag of different things that you need to hear from the viral world. We'll touch on that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a car broken down off to the shoulder on I-4 eastbound before Lake Mary Boulevard. Emergency crews are clearing up an accident on I-4 eastbound's ramp to Sand Lake Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity on the roadways. Traffic starting to slow down on I-4 through the city, so travel with caution this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
Folks, let me tell you about a company that does things the right way. And I know that seems like bare minimum, but a lot of people out there run these companies that just try to take advantage of you. It makes you scared when your air conditioner breaks to think, who am I going to call and how much are they going to charge me? Until you see an amazing company like Mills Air, a company that strives to be fair, to treat you right. They have the best techs out there. So if your AC is very, very simple or very complex, multi-unit setup, whatever brand it is, they know how to handle this. Their techs can service any kind of AC you might have. And Mills Air is a Carrier Factory authorized dealer. They're big time. They can get you rebates, huge ones, up to $1,275 if you need one of these big money-saving, energy-saving Carrier units. They will keep you cool and bring that power bill down. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Here's the phone number. This will bail you out if you're in some AC trouble. 407-277-1159. Or find them online at millsair.com.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. Good news. We offer HELOCs and home equity lines of credit with scores as low as 640. Find out if you're qualified today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crush Yard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit CrushYard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0% financing for 12 months on any fence.
Go, Mike. Hang tight, folks. Hang tight. Getting the stuff for Today I Learned done. Can you hear me? From all the way over here? Got a lot of emails about the whales. Hang on, folks. Okay, you ready? Everybody ready for Zoltar? What if I hit this button and it doesn't work, though? This will be a big letdown if I hit the button and it doesn't work. Oh.
My name is Zoltar
the Gypsy, and I have some words of wisdom to bring you much happiness. As you travel through this life, remember this. If you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. Go ahead and let Zoltar tell you more.
Ooh.
Zoltar the Gypsy, at your service. Today is your lucky day, my friend, for I have a fortune especially for you. Listen closely. Sometimes you can tell a wise person not only by what he says, but also by what he doesn't say. Remember, it is much better to say little than to say too much and regret it later. Give Zoltar your treasure. I have much wisdom to share with you.
Love it. How cool. I don't know how to get the fortunes back in the box, though. Gotta charge it again. I don't know how you get the fortunes back in there once they print them out. 2 minutes. We need a Zoltar and Mr. Predicto face-off. Mr. Predicto, could you beat up Zoltar?
There is no doubt.
Nice. Confidence. Confidence from Mr. Predicto. Big Predicto energy. You know what I mean? Shut up, Mr. Predicto. He thinks he can win. Sean, did you see how much Shiloh Hendricks, the N-word lady, has raised? Last time I saw it, it was like 400,000 or something. I know it was a lot of money. It's insanity. It's like a battle back and forth between those two give, send, goes. They shouldn't allow that kind of stuff on that platform. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous to lionize people for bad behavior. Giving money to people who kill people, who stab people, and giving money to people who are just outright racist caught on video. Garbage behavior. We're coming back.
An episode of the How to Money podcast. Let's say you do live in a state that gives you a tax break on $529. That's great, but don't invest those dollars once you put them in. We're all about investing in a 529 plan. Typically, right, you want that tax advantage money to grow. But as you get close to needing to spend the money, de-risking is crucial. In uncertain financial times, How to Money is here to help. Open your free iHeartRadio app, search How to Money, and start listening today.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GRAND, G-R-A-N-D, GRAND. Enter it now on our website at realradio.fm and answer your phone if you get the call. Good luck.
They're best friends. Unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
And all these people donating money for these viral weirdos and criminals and stuff really just make me wonder about the future. Give, Send, Go shouldn't be hosting things like this woman who said the N-word in the viral video. And I think somebody in chat just said she's got like $500,000 now for that, for that thing. And there's no redemption arc. It's simply because they said, oh, yeah, a bunch of people who I think were racist as well raised money for the black kid who stabbed and killed the track person. And there's no reason whatsoever that we've seen that there was any self-defense claim going on here. It looks like this was just a murder. It just wanted to stab somebody and stab somebody. They donated a boatload of money to him, and as a clapback, a bunch of weird online racists decided this woman who went viral calling a child, a baby, the N-word, and they decided to raise money.
$668,000.
$668,000. Yeah. So that's the future, right? You go out and you say racial slurs at a child,
And then people are going, well, this is what we do now. We'll defend this lady, and we'll give her $668,000. So we encourage people to stab or be racist, and then you get your funding opportunities. I don't feel like that's how this all started. I feel like the crowdfunding thing started with some good intentions, and now it's turned into a mess. Now it's disgusting. Now it's gross. I don't like it much. Tips at thenewsjunkie.com. The Four Seasons is the top Netflix show that Mark is emailing about. And he says of the Four Seasons from Tina Fey, just finished the series last night. We loved it. We are in our 60s. Don't count that against us. We listen to you every day, says Mark. The writing and acting was wonderful. Alan Alda made a cameo as Steve Carell's father-in-law in the first episode. Yeah, I would best describe the Four Seasons as this. If you want a background show to put on Netflix where you can mildly pay attention and also look at your phone a little bit, and like this sweet story arc with like some sad moments and some funny moments and some interesting questions about growing up and understanding who you are as a person, and you like Tina Fey and SNL people, it's for you. It's exactly for you. If you don't like that, then I don't know what to tell you. And like, it's gotten so hard. Now when I try to recommend something to people, I try to be careful because some people just have bad taste, you know what I mean? And if some people don't like certain things, like I would never recommend an animated movie to C-Line. C-Line doesn't like animated movie. He's not going to like it. It could be the best animated movie ever. And I'll go, C-Line, you got to watch this. And he'll watch it and he'll go, yeah, Jackson liked it. I thought it sucked. He's not going to watch it.
I'm not saying that they suck. The animated movies are fine.
I watched a great movie this weekend.
What'd you watch?
That I wouldn't even recommend to either one of you. I watched a movie called, we watched a couple good ones. We watched Death of a Unicorn this weekend, which was pretty fun. Not the greatest, but pretty fun. And we watched Freaky Tales. Freaky Tales, which came out this weekend, I think, is
Nick Jr. on there.
It's not Nick Jr. It's for adults, I assure you.
No, this is what Diddy was involved in, wasn't it?
No, it's not a freak off. It's that different than that. Freaky Tales was this movie, and it's got some people you know in it, like Pedro Pascal's in it. Tom Hanks is in it. Yeah, Tom Hanks has an appearance in it. A couple other big names that you might recognize. And I think they called it A Love Letter to Oakland. And it's one night back in the 80s, I believe. And it's the night from four different perspectives. One is these punk kids. And that's what hooked me in, because these punk kids in the movie Freaky Tales, it starts off with their view of the night.
Punks.
And they're at an Operation Ivy concert. And they have a band up there like pretending to be Operation Ivy. And like all the stuff back there, like they were playing in Berkeley at one of these venues, Gilman Street, in fact, like an actual venue where these punk bands played. And there was like an interesting story that starts you off there, and then they go to war fighting with some Nazis, and then it goes to like a black group of friends and their version of that night, and they end up going to a Too Short concert, and it's awesome. It's like cool. It shows the night from four different angles.
Oh, yeah, Marshawn Lynch is one of the people playing the bus driver.
Oh, okay, all right. And there's somebody who plays one of the basketball players. It's in the final part. If you can make it through the fourth part, you will absolutely love how everything is tied together with a bow. But I haven't heard anybody talk about Freaky Tales. I don't know who to recommend that to. Josh isn't going to like Freaky Tales.
It's not a great name.
He's blowing up people online. He's playing his video games and stuff.
No, it's medieval warfare, so there's no explosions.
All right, so he's hitting people with a cat o' nine tails, and
it's a sword,
and he's on his horse with his pole or what, a jousting thing. That's what he's doing. He's not going to like this. I don't think it's not going to work for him.
Yeah, whatever.
But if you watch that, let me know what you think. Freaky Tales. It was fun. It was interesting. It was very, very different.
Freaky Tales. Woo.
It does give me DuckTales vibes every time I think about that in my head. All right, let's go to a couple clips. Let's see what's going on out there. Oh, this one was fun. This weekend for F1 racing, which is like European open-wheeled racing, they brought out a bunch of vehicles, a bunch of the race cars, to do the first laps, like the pace lap stuff. And look at this, all right? Here they are. This is one of them. This is all made of Legos. The entire race car. Like an F1 race car. The whole thing was made out of Legos, and they put it together, and then they drove the Lego car out on the track to do some laps before the show.
I don't know how long that took or whatever, but like the beginning, he's just cruising. It's a Lego race car that they made. 26 designers, engineers, and Lego builders create these drivable cars.
Okay, stupid question, but this is not one of the cars that they raced, is it? They just brought it out. Okay.
Can you
That'd be
imagine
great,
how catastrophic a wreck would be in that? It just explodes.
200 miles an hour. The cars are made of Legos. Just up into the air. Just nasty.
It seems like
explosion.
the material would keep it nice and light.
You just pick up the chunks and you put your Lego car back together.
Come on.
Here's Trump talking with NBC this weekend. I think they asked him about, hey, are you really going to run for a third
the
term?
Trump organization is selling hats that say Trump 2028.
Yeah.
Are you seriously considering a third term, Mr. President, even though it's prohibited by the Constitution? Or is this about staying politically viable?
I will say this. So many people want me to do it. I have never had requests so strong as that.
The
strongest. But it's something that, to the best of my knowledge, you're not allowed to do. I don't know if that's constitutional that they're not allowing you to do or anything else, but there are many people selling the 2028 hat. But this is not something I'm looking to do. I'm looking to have 4 great years and turn it over to somebody, ideally a great Republican, to carry it forward.
All right, so he's saying he's not actually doing it. That's a troll. You got to figure out what the troll is and what the not troll is. And that what he said is, people signing this, they're asking me, but I'm only looking to do 4 great years and turn it over to somebody. What else do we have here? 60 Minutes is taking some shots back and forth. Here's another clip from the NBC interview that stood out that people were paying attention to.
Your Secretary of State says everyone who's here, citizens and non-citizens, deserve due process. Do you agree, Mr. President?
I don't know. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know.
Well, the Fifth Amendment.
You don't know if people should get due process?
It might say that, but if you're talking about that, then we'd have to have 1 million or 2 million or 3 million trials. We have thousands of people that are some murderers and some drug dealers and some of the worst people on earth. Some of the worst, most dangerous people on earth. And I was elected to get them the hell out of here, and the courts are holding me from doing it.
All right, there you go. He's saying the courts are holding me back. He's not sure if everybody gets due process, which is a bigger question than you might think, because American citizens definitely are provided due process. That is a core right as an American. And to a certain extent, anybody in the United States is entitled to due process. But I don't even know if they've fought it out enough to know if like somebody illegally in this country actually deserves all of that, that process. He's right that it would be a whole bunch of trials. It would be a hard thing to do. They've got a mess on their hands, and somehow you got to fix all of this stuff. It was made a mess because we let people just flow across the border unchecked for a long ass time. And now we're trying to do something about this. But now we'll see. All this is going to be fought out in the courts. That's what I'm interested to see. And I always love these spill stories. This woman is wasting her time. I'll explain. This woman is picking up dimes on the side of the road after $800,000 worth crashed onto the roadway. She's hand picking up dimes off of the side of the road. This guy's got it better. He's got a huge vacuum, and he's just sucking up all of these dimes. $800,000 worth of dimes spilled out of this truck onto the road, creating a just catastrophe out there. And that lady's just picking them up one by one. Good luck to you, ma'am. And finally, the story about American Airlines. Let me just pay this off real quick. They are now debuting on American Airlines flagship suite seats on their 787s. You've seen these before. They're like kind of the little things. It's like a cubicle, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how I would explain, like a little separated privacy type thing with sliding doors. They're going to be offering them on American Airlines flight. Of course, they'll probably be pretty darn expensive, but like, for instance, a round trip leaving Chicago for London on August and returning August 8th is $5,361.
Okay.
So pretty expensive right now. Josh, you going in first class style over to Europe?
No, I cannot afford first class.
$5,361, pretty pricey to get over there.
Maybe
you're just flying. All you need is for it to be comfortable and safe. That's all we want, right? All right, quick break. When we come back, we will do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today we're going to wrap everything up for a Cinco de Mayo. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This week on the Jim Colbert Show, we got prizes, tickets to AC/DC and John Mulaney, plus $1,000 each hour. The Jim Colbert Show, weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
Happy Monday, Central Florida. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your forecast. And for today, we are going to be expecting increasing shower and storm chances, especially throughout the course of this afternoon. We're going to be expecting about a 50 to 60% chance of rain. Best chances of rain will be taking place a little closer to the I-95 corridor, say in Brevard County and Volusia County. Otherwise, temperatures will remain hot with afternoon highs in the upper 80s. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Real Radio is getting ready to kick off our Summer of Laughs with Monsters Night of Comedy. You can join the Monsters in the Morning on Thursday, May 22nd for this epic night of laughs at the Funny Bone in Orlando. Hosted by Russ Rollins with the Angel of Boom DJing the event and headlined by Ryan Holmes with special appearances by Ken Miller, Savannah, Angelique the Dancing Queen, and Daisy Del Toro. Get ready for an epic Monsters Night of Comedy Thursday, May 22nd. Special thanks to Mills Air. VIP and general admission tickets are on sale now at realradio.fm/comedy.
Get ready, Orlando. Annie Jr. is hitting the stage at Creation Village World School. Don't miss this classic high-energy musical about hope, family, and finding your place in the world. 4 shows only, May 8th, 10th, 15th, and 17th. Tickets start at just $15. Grab yours now at our.show/CVWS-Annie. Big smiles, big songs, and a show you'll never forget.
It's Work Zone Awareness Week, Florida. Every year, lives are lost in work zones because of speeding and distractions. When you see orange cones, remember, slow down, follow the signs, and stay focused. Workers are counting on you to get home safely, and so are their families. Let's work together to prevent crashes and save lives. A safety reminder from the Florida Department of Transportation. Slow your roll, safety's the goal.
Hey Orlando, Joe Rossi here from Greenway Kia. By now, you've heard about the auto tariffs, but at Greenway Kia, we planned ahead. We've been stocking up on new Kias at all 3 locations. Drive home the new Kia you want tariff-free. Like new 2025 Kia Sorento SUVs for only $179 per month for 24 months with 0 security deposit. We want to see you in a Kia. Visit greenwaykias.com.
Qualified applicants through KFA includes $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, $49.95 at inception, plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 5/5/25.
When it comes to replacing your roof, father and son know best. That's why FAS Exteriors is Orlando's #1 window, door, and roof contractor. You can count on fair pricing, install perfection, and customer satisfaction every time. When it's time for roof replacement, see for yourself why customers in Orlando trust the leader in FAS Exteriors, because father and son really do know what's best. Schedule your free consultation now at FASWD.com. That's FASWD.com.
Carl Black GMC wants to send you and a friend to Nashville for a weekend getaway and tickets to see Whiskey Myers on Saturday, July 19th at Ascend Amphitheater. Log on to carlblack.com/win and enter for your chance to win 2 lawn seat tickets to see Whiskey Myers in Nashville. Round-trip airfare and 2 nights deluxe hotel accommodations at the Omni Hotel Nashville are included. Plus, Carl Black GMC will also put $200 spending cash in your pocket. Log on to carlblack.com/win for your chance to grab Whiskey Myers prizes, including a pair of lawn seat tickets, spending cash, round-trip airfare, and deluxe.
School Mike Squad. School Mike Squad, I want to thank you for hanging out with us today. You're lovely people. You're beautiful people. We got a big week of shows. I cannot wait. We're going to have Real ID chaos this week. What's going to happen at the airports when Real ID's deadline hits? We're going to go through that together. We're going to have our Skull Mike Squad stickers debut for gifted subs. That's happening, baby. It's going down this week. We're going to have new features in the studio. More excitement is on the way. Some drama. Who the hell knows what we're going to cook up? Who's our chatter of the day? Who is it? We have to pick somebody to be our chatter of the day. I almost always pick you two. 1 minute. AJ Soup says, not me. Ladies and gentlemen, chatter of the day, AJ Soup. Congratulations. AJ Soup. We salute you. Chatter of the day. Good for you. You did it.
Be sure to include Cordell & Cordell in those interviews.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Orlando area attorneys. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only. CordellCordell.com. Office in Orlando. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Announcer is not a licensed attorney.
The new iHeart app just looks better.
The best feature of a car radio on the app.
It's the presets.
Super easy.
And thank you for keeping it free.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
Some people just know you could save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Those people are probably saving a carload of cash right now. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Documenting and contributing to the decline in American culture. This
Stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Monday. Thank you for hanging out with us. Busy week this week. I'm very excited. I'm hoping this week that we get some real ID chaos as the deadline comes into play.
Just wait. Just wait.
I'm so excited for some good real ID drama where people go to the airport and they don't have their license updated. And they say, I'm sorry, you ain't flying today. Turn around, buddy. Get on out of here. And that is going to be interesting to see. We got lots and lots of stuff, lots of drama afoot. We'll explore all of it. I did see a couple of things on the way out. Elizabeth Smart's kidnapper has been arrested again. That's the woman, Wanda Barzee, who kidnapped Elizabeth Smart in 2002 with her husband, and they did horrific things to that poor girl. How she's a functioning adult, I don't know. Bless her organization, everything she does to help people out like her. Elizabeth Smart, all of my thoughts to you. But the woman who helped kidnap her is arrested again after going near a public park. She was banned from going near public parks. Josh also has been banned from going near public parks.
Yeah, for partying too hard.
for just being
That's
a
what
menace
Josh
to
calls
society. Yeah. They said she got too close to a public park and protected area, and now they have roped her in. Smart says that Barzee is an evil woman who is just as responsible as her husband for the almost daily sexual assault Smart suffered as an abducted teen. Poor thing, I feel for her. On the contrary, I want to tell you, Josh, we love you and we appreciate you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for showing up.
You're welcome.
Thank you for showing up, and thank you for getting in this before you go over to Europe. Have a great, safe flight.
Thank you. I'll try.
Enjoy your time in Portugal and Ireland.
Yep, that's two of them.
What's the last one, C-Lane? There's one more.
France.
That's
France.
the one.
Yeah. France, Portugal, and Ireland is where Josh is going. So we want him to have a safe flight, and you and your wife enjoy yourselves out there in the world.
Send us some pictures.
Please do.
But not too many.
Yeah. Not of token stuff. Like, I don't want to see the Eiffel Tower.
I do. I want you to send whatever Sean doesn't want to see, you send.
All right. Eiffel Tower, Arc de Triomphe, Parisian McDonald's.
Oh, yes. That's a good one.
Yes, sir.
Go by that Five Guys I've talked about before. The busiest Five Guys in the world is in Paris. It's just
fun.
rocking a line. All the Parisians are like, this is what the Americans eat. And they all line up. They talk exactly like that, too.
Just like that.
Oui, Americans eat the Five Guys.
Burger and fry.
That's it. You got it. You're already ready to go. You got this all set up.
S'il vous plaît.
As we do the
We've
final
conceived.
dispatches.
These are
The final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
Son of a bitch. I spent the entire time that was playing thinking what Sealand just said. I was like, what's a Wisconsin? Like, that doesn't make sense. Damn, I don't know that level of French. Okay, let's do the final dispatches. Let's see what we got piled up in front of us here. Here's a Living Life with a dispatch. Hello, Living Life.
Hey, everybody's talking about May the 4th. May the 4th be with you.
True.
But a lot of us forget that May the 4th, 1970, is when the National Guard opened up on innocent protesters of the Vietnam War.
Bro, what?
And we're kind of heading that direction again.
Are we?
Just a thought. Let's quick celebrate.
I haven't seen any protesters getting shot yet, sir. Okay, I don't know if I've seen any protesters
There
getting
are
shot.
only 365 days of the year.
They're all tarnished
366 if you count leap year.
They all have been tarnished by terrible things. Imagine being that guy. Come on, Living Life. You got to live your life, buddy. You got to saunter in and like everybody's having a fun May the 4th time, and you go, actually, on this day, on the Carpathian anniversary of the okay, all right, yes, sure. I hope that's not happening out there. I haven't seen that happening out there. Well, final one, because I can't end on that. I just can't bring myself to do it. Here's Nathan. Hello.
Oh, listen, if it's my dog's birthday, I'm going to get a billboard. I'm going to pay for a billboard. I'm going to make sure that everyone knows that we're going to hold the most extravagant, amazing English Bulldog birthday party that they have ever seen.
Hell yeah.
Bring out the horses, bring out the dresses, bring out the tuxedos. Nah, I'm not going to do it.
Rude.
No. I'll get her a nice bone, though. You know, she is kind of my best friend. But yeah, that just seems a little overboard.
You talk about these people who were in my neighborhood. They had a huge 4-foot tall sign across their whole front yard for their dog's birthday. It's like, what was the dog's name?
Bernie.
Bernie. It's like, Bernie, happy 8th birthday, with tacos and margaritas and all the rest. The stories all made the cut. They did. Sorry, the Belichick story might work in tomorrow if there's something juicy with it. But for right now, let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
Wisconsin. Parlez-vous. Isn't that a thing?
American je ne sais quoi.
Je ne sais quoi. Today I Learned for a Monday, May 5th, 2025. Today I Learned the guy from this cartoon. Scooby-Doo is right. Voice actor Casey Kasem, known for going into up-tempo songs and then...
Not at an up-tempo GD number.
Casey Kasem, known for voicing Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, quit the Transformers cartoon project. Why? There was a Saharan kingdom in the Transformers cartoon, and this desert kingdom was named Carbamia, and he didn't like that. So
my God.
They said, I can't be part of this. What are you guys doing? Today I learned this song right here. La Bamba is correct for Cinco de Mayo. A white guy, gringo, singing a song who doesn't even really know the language. Today I learned Richie Valens, famous for singing the hit song
If that's
La Bamba.
not the real theme of Cinco de Mayo, I don't know what the hell is.
It might be. Richie Valens, famous for singing La Bamba, could barely speak Spanish and had to learn the lyrics phonetically, but guess what? It worked out for him. Wasn't with us very long, though. Born in 1941, died in 1959. See you later, buddy. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody. We appreciate you. Thanks again, Josh. We'll see you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the podcast over at the news.